Today, we're going to be doing a 10-year rebuild of the Las Vegas Raiders, a team that lately has been going best available pick, not really even caring necessarily if, is this position the best value, right? Like tight end and running back very high when you do have a lot of other needs, especially quarterback, but you get a guy that you think is a home run hit. I think it's a really good decision, right, for a team that obviously is missing a lot of talent. The one knock I would give them is that it's like, okay, you went Ashton Jeanty after thinking Josh Jacobs wasn't worth that much money, but Jeanty's making $3 million less per year. I get he's way younger, but that Josh Jacobs move itself looks terrible. And obviously because of that, you used a high draft pick to get Jeanty. So you automatically killed yourself on a high draft pick. What are you saving the money for? What playmakers do you have besides Crosby? But either way, besides that, don't hate what the Raiders are doing, getting some decent value, addressing needs. Obviously, trading for Geno Smith costs a third-round pick, which is high, but he is a good quarterback, so it makes sense that he's worth a third. And as much as all of us have that inner Madden in us are like, hey, the Raiders are not very good, they're not going to compete, in the next couple of seasons. Who knows, to be fair, this is the NFL, any given Sunday. But it's also the NFL. It's a business. Winning games are the best business for this team. Geno Smith adds way more wins than anyone else on this roster. Sorry, AOC fans. That smile, how can you not love him? But at the same time, Geno is the best quarterback by far, right, on this team. And, I will say last year pass attack was a lot better than I would have thought. Rush game, basically non-existent. That's going to change most likely with Jeanty, you would hope. And Myers is a big part of that. Had a really good year. And 83 overall, pretty fair. I wanted to put him in the slot. I wanted him to suck, right? I wish he was kind of bad, sort of, in the realm of Madden, because, we move on to the rookie wide receivers. I really wanted Besh and Dante Thornton to be the number 1 and 2. Just develop them, but that's not going to happen. Thornton's going to be in the slot, I guess. Yeah, Besh probably makes a little more sense there, but of course, just, a footballer, right? Not an elite athlete, but a good enough athlete at wide receiver. Strong hands. Route running's not amazing, but he just finds a way to get open. I think it's just white people, man. Us white people, we're not going to flash you. Well, we might flash you at the local park. But, they're going to get open, and they're going to be like, how does he do it? How? And, of course, once again, great hands. After the catch, what are the ratings? I feel like trucking maybe should have turned into freaking Squidward there. But, I feel like the trucking should be a little bit higher. He just bounces off of people. Just make, I don't know. Okay, I can't explain it. He just does. That's it. He just does. Jack Besh, he does. That's it. Of course, Thornton, super speedy, kind of raw. Never really developed for me in Madden. Also, the numbers, I'm going to have to look into the numbers and see how accurate they are. I'll change them as need be. But what else we have? The O-line, it's not great. You got a couple of individual guys. Obviously, you believe in Colton Miller and Powers Johnson. And, there's some okay, but as a team, not a great O-line. And, Geno Smith is going to have to deal with that again. Charles Grant, rookie lineman. I gave him a star, but I don't know if he's ever going to start. He's 23, lower overall, as he will be in the game for Madden 26. But it is what it is. Defensively, pass rush, D-line. Obviously, Max Crosby. He's the only guy they have, at least of last year, because Wilkins got injured. We'll see what happens when he's healthy. Tyree Wilson hasn't really put together yet, but I guess there's always time. Quarterbacks, definitely a bit of a concern. Definitely a bit of concern, especially in Madden, where these guys are a bit older. 23 and 24 for Jacorian Bennett and Darian Porter. Of course, they have Eric Stokes. And as a Packers fan, I wanted him to work out, and, what a rookie year he had, but I just don't believe in him anymore. And as far as a Madden sense goes, yeah, it just 25 years old, star dev, it doesn't make sense. Linebackers, all guys that I think would be good as a complementary piece to, a Fred Warner or, a Roquan Smith. But it's as a unit themselves, it's like, okay, well, they're really going to have to rely on one another. I'll tell you that much. Of course, this team's going to be missing Spillane pretty hard, I think. But okay linebackers, just not Madden, right? It's going to be tough long term. Jeremy Chin, our best linebacker. Palomalo is our free safety. I mean, this is a team that is still missing talent. There's not much more to it. It's not like they're underperforming or anything like that. They just need more players, and that's what our 10 years are going to be up for, I think. Either way, if you guys end up enjoying this one, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, appreciate your continued support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeanty, second channel, PKR Plays. We're not Madden content. And let me know what team you'd like to see next. Maybe there'll be a 10-year rebuild team. But let's get this show on the road, where I do have the sliders a little lower than normal because we have more time than normal. And we'll see if we can win this team a Super Bowl, maybe multiple. I did show Jeanty's ratings, right? I did, right? Also, I do remember now that Jeanty got number 2 off of Carlson. Because I remember some stupid people saying, oh, another dumb young athlete spending all their money. And it's like, You do realize this is kind of his brand as well, right? Staying number 2 likely makes him a lot more money than that something 6 figures, I guess, that he had to pay. Yeah, some people just can't think long term. It is what it is. All right, we got some free agents. I'm not even 100% sure who... 4-year, don't worry. Not at that evaluation, a lot cheaper. But, yeah, I'm not even sure who has a contract in real life, but I know who we're going to pay Palamau, even if he's a backup. And that's possibly it. So it's a bit of a tough start, but decent little turnaround. And, hey, really good turnaround. We go 9-8 and make the comeback and go to the playoffs. 7th seed. Did not expect that at all. Of course, in the end, technically, the smart thing would have been for us to just not, make the playoffs. But 0-3 start. The defense is the Bills 4-3 because, like I said, I'm pretty much done with 3-4s. Like, maybe even next Madden. We'll see if they did any changes. Probably not, right? It's EA, let's be real. But, yeah, for right now, it's 3-4 suck. They're just so bad. But you seen the numbers there. Not the numbers, the win-loss there. Now we look at the numbers. Geno Smith, 3,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, 12 picks. It's a good season. It's a good season. It's probably not even top 15 in Madden, but it's good. Jeanty, really good season, 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns. Big thing is the yards per carry, 4.5. Great. 40 broken tackles. Besh, technically not the number 1. We were barely able to get Mayer numbers. I put him as the number 2 slot guy. Trying to get them all involved, but at the same time, I didn't want to ruin Besh's, progression. Same with Myers and even Thornton. It's the best you're going to get, especially with the Raiders scheme. Tackles, gave up 20 sacks. Not the best. Interior was actually pretty good. Crosby was great. Wilkins is okay. Hemingway, not bad, actually, for a rookie. And then Wilson, it's about what we're expecting from him nowadays. Picks, some okay numbers. Carlson, way worse than we would expect from him. And then Cole, 50.6. I think he just got paid recently, too. A 4-year 18, I believe, so we got to make sure that's a thing. MVP goes to Pat Mahomes. Crosby gets Defensive Player of the Year, so we at least win something. Rookie Awards, number 3-4. Unfortunately, not going to win one. Technically, we would have, though. We would have had the real ones, but we always say it. We play it how it lies, right? If we get the benefit of the doubt as, let's say we were the Chargers here and had McConkey win Rookie of the Year. We'll take the XP. We'll take the dev up. But when we lose it, technically, when we should have had it, because this is a legit rookie, we're gonna play it how it lies, unfortunately. Travis Hunter, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Pretty good numbers, I would imagine. And then that's pretty much going to be it, right? Like, you get Crosby, you get close on the Rookie Awards, and that's basically going to be it as we head to the playoffs. Unfortunately, against the Kansas City Chiefs. But it's a division game. Those games are always wild. Bit of a snowy one, as if the Raiders, needed any more of a reason to lose. Although, really good start, 10-0. Chiefs would never be denied for too long. But so far, not a bad start. 13-7 at halftime. 13-7 still. 13-14. I mean, we're still in it, up 7. There's no way this team has a chance. They actually could do it. Chiefs are driving down. This is probably going to be a tie game. It is. 2 minutes left. It's either overtime or maybe a win. There's a really good punt. It's overtime. 3rd and 21. That's probably going to be it. And unfortunately, the team gave a valiant effort, but fell apart right at the end of the game. 4th quarter just was basically nothing. What were the numbers? Like, what were the scores? I want to see the scoring summary real quick. It was, we got a 4th quarter touchdown, which was clutch with the 2-point, but the first half, not bad, and then just basically nothing until right at the end of the game. And we just barely held on enough to get us overtime and, lose the game, unfortunately. Not a bad game from Geno, but lacking of touchdowns. We had a little bit on the ground, in fairness, but Jeanty, not great. Needed him to really show up, and he didn't. Besh, obviously great. Just, unexpected result is, of course, of all the players on our line to give a bunch of sacks, it's freaking Colton Miller, apparently. They also missed a field goal, so technically could have evaded or avoided overtime if you're them if they don't miss that. Buccaneers and the Ravens, kind of a little fun matchup. I mean, I guess we'll root for the Buccaneers, especially since it's not our conference. And they do win, all right. So a bit of a new team. I can't believe how low of an overall we are with a lot of young players starting. They didn't give us a storyline for the offseason. That's harsh. But it is what it is. DevOps, offensively, none, unfortunately. Bowers obviously was already a superstar. Should have been activated. I don't get it. But defensively, Porter goes a star. That's pretty cool. Porter goes to star, but nobody else does, unfortunately. So Porter already 25. Basically a taller Eric Stokes. It's not a good thing. Not a great thing, but he does go to star. So if there's ever a chance for him to develop into a good player long term, that is definitely one of the steps towards that direction. And unfortunately, like I said, nothing else happened. Need a new edge rusher. Need basically to replace the entire linebacking unit. Safety wouldn't hurt. DT right end wouldn't hurt. You know, just there's a lot of needs still for this team. And then of course Geno drops like 3-4 overalls. For my regression, I pretty much put like most positions down 10%, but I put running back way down and safety just because safety regresses while they're in their prime for some reason. But yeah, quarterback. Yeah, I mean, I think 10% down helps to equalize. You know, being a veteran quarterback. A lot of these guys are playing longer and longer as years go on in the league, as the protections get better, I suppose. Meredith, I don't know why. I feel like he has a contract in real life, which I'm gonna have to take a look at. I guess not. It's a 1 year under $1 million, so it's like minimum. Not a bad player at all, actually, but I realistically don't need him. And honestly, with the roster we got as is, I still want to replace some of those guys. Did focus the O-line just because, yeah, maybe I should have done DN because you can get DN/DT, but O-line, I usually just focus what I need the most of, right? Like cornerback, even if Porter didn't dev up to star, I only really need 2 corners, whereas O-line, I mean, the argument could be made that I need at minimum 3. We got a lot of money. Hopefully there's at least 1 or 2 names. It'd be nice. Wagner, I don't know why I said Warner. Wagner, probably a guy that I do pay. We need, you know, everyone pretty much, and we have money, so why would I not? Nakobe Dean, some of you guys talking about, you know, following the career of Nakobe Dean, and I'm imagining this is why, right? He's always a free agent year 1, even when he's a star dev, and it would be cool to see kind of like what happens to him, but we'll go for Wagner. Maybe we'll find a lineman, perhaps, but Wagner, I think, is definitely worth the money. And we get some defenders. Bobby Wagner and Elijah Molden. 2-year 14 for Molden, 1-year 11 for Wagner. All right, pick 19. I don't know why. I feel like as a playoff team, we were better than that. Or worse, if you will, which is, you know, lower draft pick. Some decent quarterbacks in there. I don't think I'm going to trade up for one, even though I should. Oh, day 3. We got a shot. Hitchens, not as good as I thought. A lot of A to C's, and a lot of it turned out to be B to C, unfortunately. Logan might be our backup plan. Actually doesn't look bad. Elite throw power. Could he be hidden? Sure. Do I believe in it? Probably not. Creighton looks amazing. This guy's probably generational. 4.28 at 6'3 is pretty crazy. And then we had a corner that was really good too, but all of it's irrelevant. Ooh. I did not think Jimmy Joyner would be actually top 5. That might be someone I take. I need DT. Pick 19 might be worth it. We'll see if he's there. We'll have to play by ear because, you know, if someone like Bully's there at 6, which I doubt it, but if he is, I mean, I have no choice, right? We see some players go. Oh, my Lord. The Seahawks of all teams, too. We'll see. We'll see what it costs. Because, I mean, that's your franchise corner for the rest of the rebuild, you know? You mean I can get my franchise corner to get rid of my franchise tight end? Oh, nice. Basically only have one more pick for the rest of the draft. That matters, but, you know. So I would not be willing to do more than that. And all this won't go, so, I mean, I'm just going to have to take the L and just not have Bully. I can't trade that. Like, every time I added more, I was like, I don't know. I like Bully a lot, but A, it's a corner, and B, we have a lot of needs. All right, we're at pick 19. I mean, you could even argue edge is still a huge need. So, I mean, we're pick 19. We're going to see what's up. Hitchens is there. He's not a bad quarterback, but I don't think he's good enough. I think he could be hidden, but not guaranteed. I mean, who is guaranteed, to be fair? And we have a lot of needs. The team's not really ready to win now. I'm still debating if I even want the DT, though, because, again, it is a DT. That has normal dev written all over it, I'll be real. We have some really good corners still. 1 to 2, Eric Lawson. Still looks good. It's not quite Bully, but it's still a very good-looking player with all that speed. I think it's either Bully, McCree, too. I think I can let Wilson play another year as a starter. Yeah, even though Joyner's at top 5, I think Lawson could also be a top 5. I'm going Eric Lawson. Pick 4, yep, pick 4, true. Give me hidden. Oh, that sucks. Bully's going to be freaking hidden dev, isn't he? Oh, well, it's a good draft pick. That's our corner, too. I'm sorry, Jacorian. You're moving down to 3, buddy. I need more potential, you know? I mean, even Porter is a bit old. I'll be real with you. We need DT. We got a couple of day 3s. Maybe worth taking. Safety's not bad, but I think this is a trade down. This is a trade down into the early portion of the 3rd. Or this. The Bills give us a 4th round with 59. Fair enough. Move back 8 spots again in late 4th, but it's still a 4th round pick that we didn't have, or we wouldn't have had. Again, accumulating draft picks, getting a 5th round pick from the Buccaneers who just won the Super Bowl to move back another 5. And with this pick, even though he's not a great run blocker, we're going to be taking Matt Phillips. Got a lot of good pass blocking ratings. Those are usually the guys that are hidden for me, and I don't know if that's the case, but he's a hidden this time. You know, it's just coincidence maybe. Not going to trade up because I imagine there's going to be somebody here, some sort of linebacker or something that we could use. But what do we got? What do we got? So we do have some linebackers. Pure middle linebacker, we're down to just 1. We do have the day 3 O-line, Thompson and Wright. I'm going to end up trading them for one of them. And then obviously we need that quarterback. I don't know when we're going to take him. But Aubrey, how good was he? Don't know the zone. Pretty sure he was insane speed. He's raw as hell, but these are the types of guys that usually develop, and they're usually hidden. So Hugh Aubrey, going to be, I would have expected lower than that, to be honest, but I'm expecting hidden. Yeah, that's what we're aiming for. You know, I don't really necessarily care what overall they are if they're hidden. I mean, I do, but you know what I mean? Realistically, they're going to be 68 to 73 minimum. And with hidden dev, I could work with that. I don't know if this is an overtrade, but I traded 2 5ths and a 6 to move up to 97 with the Panthers. We still have 19. And I think we have another pick. Where the hell even is our team? Raiders, yeah, 19. And then what is that? 22? 21. Math. Hard. But I think with this pick, I wasn't going to take the quarterback here because I think we can get him a little later. I'm going to take Rob Wright. Looks amazing. 1 to 2. This is a hidden dev. 48 true. Or not. Well, that sucks. Oh, well. Let's, I mean, I'm not going to be able to decide, you know, oh, I'm going to trade up once the last one. There's no last one, right? But they're both here. Okay, so, I mean, I'm going to take Cameron Thompson, 6'6", 332. This is the guy I believed in more, but I don't know why I didn't take him earlier. Normal dev as well, but I mean, they're good players, just normal dev, which really sucks. 1 pick away from the QB. Don't do it to me. Okay, they didn't do it. This could be our starter. Could you imagine our franchise quarterback comes in round freaking 4? Matt Logan looks good. Give me a hidden. Give me a hidden. 141. Okay, that's 67 overall, I think. Dev. Oh, 94 throw power. Well, we're going to have ourselves a quarterback battle. Obviously, the smart thing to do is to start the rookie every day of the week, right? But I'm going to play it realistically. We have 10 years to win a Super Bowl. We can play it realistically. Wish I would have done more for the D-line. Yes, I know. I get it. We sold, but we also, I think, did some pretty good things. Unfortunately, a lot of normals, but a lot of good overall as well, including the corner, who's a top 4 guy. Definitely have to take a look at the DT, see if we made a mistake there. Who the hell is this guy, and why is he still here? 6'3". He's good enough. It's fast enough. 180 true. Hidden dev. Okay, that is a shocking one. That is rare. This guy might actually move Jacoby into the slot. I mean, he is probably a better slot receiver anyways. Just, you know, he can do it all for the most part. But here we are with the draft recap. Some good overalls, especially for Lawson. Eric Lawson, 78 overall. Corner number 2. How you looking? How you feeling? He looks great for injury stamina toughness, I'll tell you that. Of course, very fast. Great man, great zone. I'm curious to see what Bully's like, but yeah, we got a good corner for sure. Matt Phillips. I mean, I don't even know where I want to play him because left guard is the biggest positional need, but Glaze isn't great either, I guess. Glaze has a better potential than these linemen, sort of. I think all those guys can kind of sit where they're at. Powers Johnson could move to right guard for us in the future if we needed it. For right now, though, this is our lineup. And take a look at this middle linebacker, 6'9" overall. It's a right out we need. Not even sure, but he looks better than, you know, that overall Sane. Awareness and play rec might just be a little low, but right outside linebacker, Dev. Man, it's been a while since he had one of those sneaky little superstar or X-Factor types. And then, of course, the big one is Matt Logan, the quarterback. He does look good. I mean, I would absolutely start him. But once again, we're going to play it realistically. We're going to let both of them compete in preseason. Whoever's better is going to be the starter. I like number 88 on this Joel Watkins guy, by the way, and I think we have to start him, right? I'm like, I want to use Dante Thornton, but Dev, man. Star Dev. I got to do it. I have no choice. He's going to be number 2. Myers at 3. Bash is our number 1 already. Who would have thought? Some pretty good players in here, including Creighton, who we thought would be pretty damn good. Only a 79, well, not only normal dev, but 79 overall for Banyard, who is obviously dual style, great strength, solid athleticism. He's a strong-looking player. Wide receiver, Creighton, 82 overall. Be kind of crazy if he wasn't an X Factor, but 90 release, 99 jump, 90 spec, insane speed. 98 for that height. Whew, he good. He good. Let's take a look at the dev, and he is, I expect, well, I wouldn't say expect bully. Oh, maybe I do. I was about to say, I don't know if I expect him to be an X Factor, but he is very good. Him and Sauce together, bad injury, of course, but that's wild of a duo. Hopefully he's star. Please be star. Wow, he actually is. Damn. 83 overall star seems wild. No? That's kind of crazy. Here's Joyner, by the way. Normal? Yeah, I figured he would be. Not that it really changed anything. Our corner's normal, too, but I feel a little bit better about passing on DT at 19 knowing they're normal. You know, DT is one of the easiest positions to develop in the game if you win Rookie of the Year, or if you even have a decent rookie season, let alone winning Rookie of the Year. Where's Hitchens? Please be normal. Yes, good decision by us to pass. Wow, 99 throw power, though. I guess Brett Favre's back in New York. Hide your phones, women? I don't know. Hide your personal details? I don't know. All right, here's the lineup for year 2, but we do have to go into preseason and see how Logan/Geno Smith play, and then whoever is the starter, I guess. Offensive line, I mean, it's slightly better, right? Thompson maybe starts for Phillips, and Phillips starts for Glaze in the future. Who knows? But it's better. I suppose you at least have one more hidden player there, one more star dev. Watkins is a huge drop down, but Myers already 28, right? Next time he needs a contract, he's gone, unfortunately. It's just age it gets us all in the end, right? It will. But obviously Jeanty looks great. Defensively, Bobby Wagner, middle linebacker 1. He'll hold the fort down as we try to get more guys like Albury in to come in and develop. Maybe need a DT, but Hemingway's a 75 overall. He's not the worst player of all time, right? He's all right. Great finesse, great block shed. Looks good to me. He's at DT for us, which is it's a thing. Cornerback, I mean, there's a lot of normal devs, but you're hoping Lawson's one of those guys because he's a 78 overall. I don't see why he wouldn't be. But here it is. Let's see. Are we going to have a rookie quarterback starting, or are we going to waste him? Not like murder him, but you know what I mean. All right, we did Logan, Geno. So we'll see how that turned out. First game, pretty equal, but Logan does take the cake, right? He had more yards, better completion percentage by quite a bit. So Logan 1. Then 2, you would assume this is where Geno's going to be better. Kind of. I mean, I would call this a tie, personally. I mean, you could argue Logan was better here. Higher percentage completion-wise, better yards on about the same attempts. And then we have the final game where Geno was once again the starter, and I mean, it was pretty equal again, but Logan didn't throw a pick, so I mean, you're going to say at minimum this is almost a tie, right? Pretty much. Better passer rating, just better, worse completion percentage, didn't have much of a chance to start. Didn't throw the pick there. I mean, the fact that it's even close tells me that, okay, well, we know the ceiling of Geno, it's only shrinking on him. Logan has all the ceiling in the world, all the potential in the world, so he's going to start, and that's not just me playing bias. I think, personally, tell me if I'm wrong, that seemed like a Logan win. And once again, if not, so close that how? The guy's a UDFA type in the 4th round. The other one's Geno Smith, who is supposed to be this, $30+ million guy, so say what you will, but he should have looked way better, and the fact that it's even close tells me that Logan wins. That's how it goes, in my opinion. Doesn't mean we're not going to be drafting quarterback, so don't worry about that. Question is, do I actually focus quarterback? Because usually there's 3 guys only anyways, 3 to 5 guys anyways, so you can scout 3 of them, whereas I could use D-line help still, and those guys are a little harder to see the true talent-wise. I guess you do QB. It's just such a positional need for us. Off to a terrible start, by the way. Hey, Hemingway, star development trade. Okay, maybe we were smart for not taking a DT after all. All right, we got some re-signings. I took care of Daniel Carlson. We do have Wagner as well. He might just straight up retire. Who knows? But Jacoby Myers, Colton Miller, and Dylan Parham. Usually we end up signing Jacoby. Usually I don't want to say we usually regret it, but we somewhat regret it. 2-year 25 when we have this much money is a no-brainer. Colton Miller, 33, he'd be pretty old. I'm going to do a 3-year. Yeah, we'll do a 3-year. Even though I will have the money for it, there's no point. right? He potentially can regress, and we want to replace him. I don't know. But a 3-year, 25.5 for Parham. We got all the money in the world. We have a rookie quarterback contract who, got to be honest, I don't even know if we're going to be starting him anytime soon after this, because not a great year, I'll admit it. Well, we basically got the argument from year one of not using Geno and putting Aiden O'Connell in, because we basically had what would have probably happened with Aiden O'Connell. 5-12 season, really bad. Logan, at the time I seen, he was like 10 touchdowns, 16 picks. But at that point, the season was pretty much over anyway, so why even put Geno in? There's really no point. But, yeah, I'm going to assume, our 5-12 draft pick is going to be a quarterback. Matt Logan, 36 interceptions on 20 touchdowns. That is, I imagine, an NFL record, right? Jeanty, pretty damn good. Watkins, really good. 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns. At some point, you probably might need to change the playbook, but we'll see. For right now, we're fine, I guess. Blocking was okay. D-line, Wilkins and Crosby were great. Wilson, not bad. And then Hemingway, tackles for a loss, might give him to superstar dev. Interceptions, Lawson, 4. Maybe rookie of the year, if not Albury himself. I believe we can win at least offensive rookie of the year and defensive rookie of the year. Carlson, paid him a 2-year 10, but man, I don't even know if he's worth it. But Cole, obviously, he's been great. Every freaking, rebuild we do, we always sign him when he's in free agency. But now I can't do it anymore because he's on a 4-year 18, I believe, in real life. So that's unfortunate. But, Mari Cooper, offensive player of the year. Defensive rookie or player of the year for Crosby again. Watkins, big one. Offensive rookie of the year. Superstar dev for a low overall. And then defense, no. Deshaun Jefferson steals it on Albury, and then Boley would have stolen on Lawson if not for those two. Of course, looking at the rest of the squad, Jeanty at 8. Wide receiver at 9. O-line, no. D-line, number 1. Really thought Wilkins would have been on this. Oh, yes, number 9. Kind of hard to see some of these names when they don't stand out. Like Jets, very easy to see here. It's 4 letters. But everything else in Raiders like the same letters as everyone else. Kicker, no. DB, no. Playoffs, hell no. But let's go to the offseason where, once again, we have a lot of money. So maybe there's a big-name franchise-changing player, a wide receiver, edge, corner. I don't really need corner that bad, but, one of those positions. Maybe that's the route we go. Maybe. Quarterback, even. Maybe we save our draft pick instead of having to take QB. Did focus scout QB, so we should know the true talent of, everybody. And then, of course, the Buccaneers are on par in this one to three-peat. That is not what I would have expected starting this thing. They three-peat, dude, that's going to kill everything. It's the league isn't ruined, right? It's still fun. But, even Tom Brady having the Super Bowl as he does, it does kind of ruin the league a little bit almost. It's like, oh, yeah, your quarterback's so great. Well, he's not Tom Brady. He's the GOAT. It's like, okay, I guess. I don't really know what I can really say to that, but here's what the team looks like. Watkins, 10 overalls up on where he started from. Superstar dev already. Best wide receiver on the team, technically. We love to see it. We are happy to see it. Unfortunately, once again, corner. Didn't get the dev up. Well, I don't know. He might have got the dev up, but he didn't get rookie of the year, which is the guaranteed dev up. And he does go up in dev anyways. Hemingway also superstar. Awesome. But Lawson, star dev, massive. Massive little dev up there. 81 overall star. I can live with it. That is not bad. Then what else do we have for the defense? Nothing at the corner outside of that. We'll look at Hemingway in a sec. Of course, Bobby Wagner does retire, unfortunately. But Hemingway, superstar dev. Once again, glad we didn't go for Joyner. 79 overall now. Superstar development trait. What do we got for this? Safety, I believe Molden went up in dev. I think he was normal before, but of course you could already see that he's not a high overall because he's regressing. And this isn't because he's old. It's because EA, for some reason, decided that safeties just randomly regress, even when they're in their prime. 27 is not old in game. It's not old in real life. But, yeah, that's that. Albury, even though he didn't win Defensive Rookie of the Year, even though he's close, 78 overall, so good glow up there. Worry about Wilkins a little bit, but other than that, the team is getting better, even if our record's getting worse. As we do have a new message for the offseason and then retirement. Of course, we know about Bobby, but was there anyone else maybe we forgot about? All backups, I guess Morstead, but let's take a look at our new message. I don't even know who I want this to be. Wilkins? D-line Wilkins? Was it offense? It was offensive coordinator. Oh my god, what the hell is happening to him? Colt Miller for sure. Older player. Jeanty's locked in for pretty much the tenure on this. He probably makes the entire 10. Maybe he's like an 84 overall, year 10, I don't know. The hell werewolf transformation in broad daylight's insane. All right, so let's see what we got. I think Wilson was a fifth-year option guy. I don't see why I'd want to do that. I'm going to be definitely focusing on that position in the draft outside of QB. But let's see where free agency will take us. Hopefully we get an edge rusher, maybe Jalen Phillips or something like that. Something to hold us over for a couple years when we're still trying to use these draft picks on other things. What is going on with the running backs? A bunch of really good running backs here. This is rare. Like James Cook, maybe every once in a while you see, but Pacheco as well. Of course, the one time we have a franchise running back that's insanely young out the gate is the time we see this. Joel Bitonio, you can never have enough great players. You could easily move our left guard to right tackle, and then Joel just slides right into left guard, so that's probably going to be the plan. And then we talked about Phillips being there. I don't love his overall, but I mean, I'm going to look in the draft, see if there's anyone worthy of potentially a draft pick. I mean, I guess let's just do it. He's cheap enough. Nick Cross. Man, why couldn't he have been there last season? You know what? Even if he's not there last season, Mole got a dev up. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's got higher potential. He does, and we haven't done a 10-year rebuild with Nick Cross. Oh, the Colts want him back. I don't think so, buddy. They probably will get him back, but hopefully not. Hopefully he comes to us. Wyatt's a superstar. Wish that would happen in real life. And then you have Kayvon Thibodeau, who's really solid too. Maybe better than Phillips long-term, but hasn't really played well. Is a 3-4, but it's a pretty big investment. You're talking 6 years. Man, I don't think I could do that. Although it makes the most sense. Of all the edge rushers to be a free agent at some point, Thibodeau is like right up there, right? Of all the guys that, you know, they're decent, they're young. That's like one of the guys. Like, you know, the Giants don't technically need him. It's a lot of money. How much is this actually? 18 million. I mean, this works out. That saves a lot of money over the years. So I am going to be taking off Phillips, and I don't even need to worry if I get this guy, Mr. Thibodeau, because, you know, we have super youthful guys. But here's the 3. Let's see if we get, I mean, we should get at least 2. Ooh, maybe not. No, he does join us. He, for some reason, fought it, which I don't get. We gave him more than he wanted. Great contracts. I really wish Cross was star, but that's fine. We'll deal with it. Good players, good contracts. We're climbing. All right, we're in the draft with pick 5 overall. The Saints are sitting at number 1, and they have a quarterback, so you'd assume they wouldn't take one. But yes, the quarterback room is pretty weak. This is what it looks like. It's pretty bad. And maybe Bonner, maybe Wheeler, maybe Chamberlain later, but realistically, there's one guy. It's John Grant. It is John Grant. He looks pretty good. Not amazing, but pretty good. I'm expecting a 73 overall hidden. That's good enough for me. I'm not trading up with the number 1 overall Saints because they do have actually a QB. They have a 78 overall QB, so if they take him, then I'm just going to trade for that guy. But I have to trade with the Lions. The Steelers have Will Howard, who's like a 66 overall starting. No way in the world they pass on him. So with the Lions having Jared Goff, I'm going to try to make this trade up. I think if we want him, we have to do it. 89 or 69 anyways, not enough. We'll make this happen though. I'm pretty confident. Really didn't want to give up this much, but Trey Tucker, Caleb Rogers, a 1st and a 3rd and a 4th this year with a 4th next year for these random backups, and then pick 2 overall. So quite a hefty trade to move up 3 spots, but we do end up getting our franchise quarterback. Hopefully, I'd be devastated if he wasn't at least star. John Grant, I mean, I can't wait another year. We need a franchise QB now. 28 true, okay. So that 73 overall is on mark. Dev, there you go. That's all I needed. 81, speed, 91 throw power, hidden dev, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. This guy's actually pretty... If his speed was flipped with his, like, agility or his excel, it'd actually be, like, he'd be really good. Like, really, really good. Of course, you know, we're definitely trading down next. Next pick, we're trading down. We need, honestly, 2 linebackers. I actually scouted a few. We need 2 linebackers, realistically. A lineman wouldn't hurt either, but I suppose for now, we can hold off. But yeah, that was the main goal, is getting a quarterback, which I think we've done. For all our luck, the guy's going to play really badly anyways, but it looks okay for now, I suppose. Going to try to get something in the pick 10 range in the 3rd round and, you know, pick up a billion draft picks if we can. So we've got shafted. It's time to shaft someone else. Might actually take this back to the Lions, right? Because they would have a high 3rd anyways. This could work. So we're going to get shafted, but then re-shaft? I don't know, dude. There's a lot of shafts. Watch out. But, yeah, let's make a trade. And it's a pretty big trade. I am almost always down to lose quantity for quality. A 2nd, a 5th this year. and a sixth this year with a fifth and a sixth next year to get 2/3 this, a fourth this, and a third next, all at least up until next year. High projections. So we will likely be able to get our 2 linebackers that we want, and then honestly maybe even someone else in the day 3 range with maybe Edmonds, Archer Edmonds. I actually want Goddard. Was really slow, but I also think he's not actually an off-ball, and he's more of a pass rusher. Oh, he's not slow. Who was it? Maybe it wasn't him. I seen a 4.7 that looked pretty good. Maybe it's Fox. There's a 4.7 that looked good, but they were slow. I don't know. That elite obviously is going to trick you, but that's elite compared to the rest of the class. That's why, he looks so fast. But you look at Spearman, he's definitely faster on paper. Middle linebacker is almost always the best route to go. Platt looks good. He's not very fast, though. It's worrisome. But his true talents look good. I think he goes Spearman and potentially Fox. But yeah, Spearman for sure is one of the guys I want. Super fast. Rookie of the year, if he's not hidden, please be hidden, though. Yes, that's a win. So basically, we're going to be moving whoever the next guy is, I imagine, to middle linebacker, especially if they're normal. If they're normal, then they're definitely going middle linebacker because we want them to win Rookie of the Year more than anyone. But I don't know who it is that we actually want to start here. 4, 5, 6 with Fox. Fox might be our guy. Nate Fox. Yeah, Nate Fox, screw it. Middle linebacker. 47 true. Normal dev. So exactly what we kind of thought might have happened. I really thought we were going to get 2 normals, though, so that's automatically a win in my book. But that works out really well because he'll just play middle linebacker, and then the guy's already hidden. He'll play outside because he doesn't really need the dev up as much. And we'll have ourselves a young group of linebackers, especially if we get that Rookie of the Year. That will be here for some time, hopefully. But with this pick, I imagine Archer Edmonds is going to be our pick. Center. Be hidden. That'd be a nice little draft. 52 true. Hidden dev. All right. Pretty good draft class, in my opinion. You get the quarterback, you get the linebackers, you get a center for good measure. And you get a 3rd round next year, which, to be fair, we lost probably a 4th and a 5th anyways. But I'd say adding a 3rd counteracts a 4th, a 5th, and a 6th loss. So we're basically neutral going forward while having to trade up for our QB, which I think is better than most can say a lot of the times. Then you got a random speedy wide receiver here, Quinton Elliott, 131 true, normal dev. Why not? Almost hit another lucky, later round, hidden guy that could be a long-term option for you, but didn't get quite lucky enough. And then we take a random fullback, Stephen Amell, to finish our draft class. And speaking of draft class, the quarterback, a lot better than I would have thought. 75. I was thinking 73. 73 all the way. Short accuracy is crazy good. Ideal sense of pressure. This guy's a good quarterback. I think he's so, grounded. He's not elite in anything that he probably will only be star dev, but this is a guy that you could build a franchise around, and he is star. This is a guy that you would be like, okay, probably going to be your franchise guy, and, there's going to be people doubting him, but he's just going to win games. He's going to win games. You're not going to think he's an amazing quarterback, but yet you can't find a reason why he's winning so many games. So you're like, maybe he is good. Maybe he is goated. But, of course, Spearman only hidden development trait, or normal star development trade. Now we move on to the normal. Nate Fox, good zone coverage. All things considered, usually you get the block shed type even when there's zone coverage. He'll be our middle linebacker. So it's weird that the least qualified gets the middle linebacker spot because we need the dev up so desperately. But that's just the way we're going to operate. Archer Edmonds. I don't know if we actually need a center right now, but if we do, Powers Johnson, you're moving a guard, simply put. But I think we do have our O-line set because we got Joel Batonia. But now I want to see quarterback. I want to see how bad this class really was. 68, 66, 70. So the only good quarterback was our guy in theory. We got Alex Moore here, who is also hidden. Could actually be a superstar. Usually the low overall QBs that are hidden are superstar, which would be kind of a sell from us, but he is only star. So our guy is absolutely better. When did they even take him anyways? Was it... Where the hell? Oh, here he is. He went 28, so it's still a first rounder, just not picked 2 overall. And I'm glad we chose Colt Miller instead of the quarterback for our offseason things. I'm pretty sure that's who it was, the quarterback as an option. But we knew we were going to get a new quarterback, or at least we tried to. We figured we would. Almost didn't, right? If it was a better team at 1 overall, a team needing a QB at 1 overall, we would have been done for. Steelers get sniped. Who even is the Steelers quarterback at this point? You know what? Maybe we can take advantage of this. There's no way they want to start Gardner Minshew. And we do give Logan over to the Steelers for a 3rd round pick. Say what you will, but our guy, he's just not, he's just not going to be the guy, right? We're just we're trading him off. He's just not going to start for us. And here we are for season number 3. We're kind of well on our way, right? Offensive line is in a weird spot right now, though, because like I feel like we're wasting like someone like Edmonds, even Wright, arguably. We do need a new right tackle, I think, though. Glaze, I don't know. He's not old, but he's just not developing. I hate that normal dev linemen are basically useless because star dev linemen take a long time to develop. I mean, look where Powers Johnson is. He's like a 77 overall star dev out the gate. We're entering year 3, and he's only 83, which isn't terrible, but when you factor in, you know, like how many 77 overall star devs are you drafting? You know, everyone's going to be lower than that. So 2 years entering year 3, most of your linemen are 80 overall or less, which is like, okay, well, I don't know how I'm supposed to develop them into a 90 ever, but, you know, the skill positions getting better over the years, especially with a brand new quarterback. And then defensively, we're hoping Fox gets a dev up. Maybe Nick Cross gets a dev up. Wilkins would be nice to get a dev up, but he's already 30, so I don't know if there's really much saving there. DT might be one of the positions we look at going forward. I think probably D-line will be what we focus. D-end, I mean, we're stuck with Thibodeau. You know, we got to hope he develops, because what do we do, a 5-year 100, 6-year 120, something around those numbers. We're putting a lot of risk in him, but if it works out, man, this is going to save us a lot of money down the line. And for a 10-year rebuild, we need it more than ever. All right, contracts. 145, Max Crosby. I think he already has a contract in real life, so I don't know if this is on par with what he got paid, but it's like $40 million per. I imagine that's on par. Chin. Do we actually have to pay him already? I mean, even if we do, I'll do it. Good overall, good player. Madden legend. Madden fantasy draft legend, I suppose. Molden already gone. Stokes gone. White gone. Bennett probably gone. Mayer. I'd like to keep him, even though we don't need him, but he doesn't really want to be here. 3 or 21? Okay, he takes a 3 or 21. That's the most we have paid for a backup tight end all Madden. All Madden year. All year long. The most we have paid. Wilson, no. AOC, no. None of that stuff. Yeah, I mean, we got some guys to pay, but quarterback's not one of them. To the playoffs, I actually think we've done it. I actually think we're in the playoffs. We are. We had a really good start to the season. Good, couple of games in there, and then we lost a bunch. Then really good middle. I say we had a good start, but we went 2-0, and then the rest was pretty bad, and then finished out really strong. But amongst those, we beat the Chiefs. So that's why I said really good start, those 2 games. Then we lost 4 in a row. Then we won 5 in a row. Lost 1, won 1, lost 1, won 3 in a row. So after that 2-4 start, we were actually pretty damn good. No offensive scheme change. Defense, we do have that Bills, 4-3, because like I said, I'm done with 3-4s. But this with the offense, oh my God, the Raiders scheme is killing me inside. Jeanty, 9 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. Besh, yeah, I'm going to try the Falcons playbook, I think, next season. I mean, it's done some things for us in these rebuilds. Hemingway was amazing. Crosby was amazing. Wilkins is pretty good. Thibodeau, not bad either. So pretty good stuff, pretty good numbers. Picks, got a couple of numbers in there. Maybe Cross with those 3 interceptions will get a dev up. Carlson misses 8 kicks out of 26. That is garbage. Cole, under 50, not great either, but made the playoffs. All right, we're going to look at the positives. Hopefully we win Defensive Rookie of the Year as well. We're not going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Or we will. Okay, apparently we do. That's a massive dev up. Fox, that's what we were hoping for. So even without making the playoffs, this would have been the perfect season, right? Oh, we came really close to some other stuff too. Phillips could have been superstar. Oh, that's painful. But with those dev ups, that's massive, right? We're not missing many players that don't at least have star plus. And then our quarterback has superstar. So there's that. The Texans, 88 overall. We're in the playoffs for the first time in this rebuild. Maybe we never look back. Maybe this is the start of just a complete run, which it should be. All right, end of the game. What are we looking like? Great start after a stop. Touchdown, another field goal. Another 2 points. Okay, it looked like we drove down for a safety. It doesn't make any sense, but sure. Only up by a little bit. There's a huge touchdown. Okay, there you go. That's massive. 22-7, 29-7. It would be nice to win a Super Bowl with this Raiders playbook. Do a 10-year rebuild where we actually stick it out with the majority of the Raiders team. The actual, style. Looking at the... I guess, to be fair, we probably should have, sort of Seahawks offense. But Texans versus Raiders here. 2 touchdowns apiece. Completion percentage way better for Grant, but there's a lot of similarities there. Same touchdown, same yards. Grant was just more efficient. Rushing, Jeanty was obviously solid with that huge 74-yard run. Watkins, 78 yards and a touchdown. Besh, 66 yards. Sacks, Crosby with 2. Wilkins with 1. I mean, it's a good team performance. Kicking was clean. I mean, they really didn't make any mistakes. Accuracy was great. There wasn't a lot of throwaways. No wasted opportunities, if you will. To the divisional round against the Buffalo Bills is a team that obviously has plagued us at times, especially with that defense. Very hard to score against them, but I don't know. I feel okay about it. Here we are, end of the game. 0-0, 3-0. The Bills scored first. We get 3 back. They get a touchdown. Can we do the same? We can. We get the stop, and pre-half no score, but it's all tied up in the second half. 3-point game. We're now up by 4. Down by 3, all tied up. 3rd and 14, huge conversion chance. They don't get it. 7 minutes left in great field position. And we're going back. We literally went backwards like 15 yards on 3 separate plays. Huge stop there. Offense has got all the chances in the world to win this game. From 41, are you going to kick this field goal? Yeah, and I kind of agree with punting this. Although, 58-yarder, we could hit this personally. Oh my God, I regret my decision. Well, I'm just going to let this clock go. I get the situation's tough, but really? Daniel Carls, I guess you get the wind against you too. So do you have to time this? I honestly wish I could create a save, and try this. I really want to try this, but yeah, there's no way. This is low percentage. Of course, that penalty arguably makes the punt easier, which even then it's still a touchback, and we will be seeing overtime. Just nobody wants to score. Okay, well, that's over. Was that? No, it wasn't what I thought it was. It was a penalty on them. I thought it was an interception. 3rd and 7. Huge conversion. And apparently a thrown pick. I don't even know. What is happening in this game? Is someone going to win this thing or what? It looks like it might be us. And then they turn the ball over again. Bro, hello? Bro, I've never seen this. I've never seen this. Now the Bills are going to win here. There's no way they lose now. That is the unluckiest. Quarterback must have thrown 4 picks that game. He must have. 1 interception, no fumbles. Did our punter have the most punts in playoff history? What happened? Do we miss a bunch of kicks? We missed 1. How long was the kick? This guy's a bot, dude. He missed a 39-yarder. 39-yarder under. We got to get a new kicker. I've never seen that. I have never, we almost ran through double overtime, didn't we? I don't even think it shows. How much time was left? Yeah, almost 2 overtimes to get that game done. And of course, even though we had multiple scoring chances, not even once could we score. It is what it is, though. It's a good effort. Took on the Bills, had a chance, and sold. But we had a chance. Packers versus the Ravens. Bills don't even go to the Super Bowl, which is fantastic. Thanks for beating us. Appreciate it a ton. And the winner is the Ravens. All right, negotiate $114 million. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about it. The Buccaneers, if they would have won there, would have had, which they didn't even get to the Super Bowl, but they would have had the three-peat. So at least we can still get the three-peat before anyone. I don't know if we will, but we'll at least try. As, we fifth-year option Bowers because he's going to be asking for $20 million per anyways. And let everyone else go. Free agency. You got some players here. Brian Branch, one of them. Linderbaum. I mean, we could definitely use a tackle. I don't really want to pay someone like Stanley that much money, but I mean, maybe a 1 year because we're trying to win a Super Bowl, I guess. I wish Powers Johnson was bigger. I can move him to guard and then just shift everyone over and just go Linderbaum, but I don't think that's going to happen here. I mean, that's a good free agency group, but maybe we go Ronnie Stanley, put him at right tackle. That's probably the one option I see us going for. And I really do like Brian Branch quite a bit, but we did just pay Jeremy Chin. I don't know what to do. Because Branch is a good value here. How much is he asking for? $18 million per. I mean, if you want a safety, these are the guys you have to pay this kind of money. Doesn't matter if they started on your team or in the open market. But it is a safety at the same time. It's like, do I really want to be locked into a 5-year with a safety when I'm going to have to pay a quarterback, in 3 or 4? I don't know. I think he's worth it, though. Even if I had to move him to free safety. I mean, we are paying safeties left and right. This is one position we're paying a lot of quantity, at least. Maybe not quality at times in free agency. And then I guess Stanley, I mean, he is a starter. He is a better player than our right tackle, so why not? Why not go for it? That's going to be our free agent moves, which I probably should have skipped over and shown we actually got him if we get him or not. Which, I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't. And we do. So we get Brian Branch. Fair enough. All right, we're in the draft. We have pick 25. I'm thinking, we don't need a lot of things, right? DT, yeah, Wilkins a year or two from now. Maybe even next year. Who knows? But corner, I think, is probably our number one. I put a couple of guys on the scouting list, and they all look pretty good, especially Bradham/McCall. I mean, I think it's kind of a no-brainer, right? You just kind of slow sim this thing down, and once one of them is gone, you move up, both A and B. Ooh, Allen's way worse. He was like B to D man, A to C zone, and he kind of, I mean, not the worst it could have been for that zone coverage, but yeah, not the best. I would say Bradham does look better than McCall, but does he look... Oh, his speed is low. I thought that was good before. I swear it said good. Did it drop down after the pro day? No, I looked at the pro day. Well, yeah, with the speed, McCall's definitely better. But either way, even though the other guy's slow, I'd say 89, 90 speed. That's fine. In Madden, I don't even know if speed matters for Sim. Oh, we got some Ruizes. The Ruizes are going crazy. And wow, Bradham goes 14th overall. That is really high. I think we have an extra third-round pick. I don't know if I love the corner so much that I would absolutely just need to have him, but Porter's probably already 27. Yeah, we got it. Okay. And here we go. We trade a bunch of this crap off to get to 16 with the Bengals. Corner wasn't their number one need, but it was up there enough to where, like, hey, maybe they take that guy. Either way, I didn't even think, wait, Bradham was, no, McCall was the guy we wanted. Okay, I was about to say, McCall was the speedier guy. Corner 2, I think, no matter what here. 14 true talent hidden. A lot of potential, though, so he's going to be our number 2 anyways. He's the only DT we got, so, I mean, it's either take him now or take him, start of the third anyways. We don't necessarily need him right now, but maybe we could trade off Wilkins, get some value. Who knows? 39 true. And I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to trade off Wilkins for something. We get a third this and a fourth next off the Giants, who have DT on the 5th spot for their needs list, so they got themselves a pretty elite interior of the defensive line for a little bit here, as we're going to have some pretty good draft picks right next to each other. At this point, don't really even have a need specifically, but these are the guys that usually are normal dev for me, though, but whatever. Jonathan Stewart, 47 true. Hindev, all right, there's a future tackle for you. Another guard that could play across the line, even center. 32 true. Hindev, all right, future-proof the line. Let's go to 19. If there's a linebacker there, we'll take him. If not, we're gonna trade this off for maybe a next year third or something. Which Harris is there, but I don't know if I love him. What about Sheldon? Sheldon looked pretty good too. 6 foot tall, good speed. Yeah, I like Sheldon. Dylan Sheldon. This guy might be actually a steal. He is true talent 10. Normal dev, unfortunately, but we got ourselves a pretty damn good-looking draft, I think. And we do get a kicker, brand new franchise kicker. I'm just going to release Daniel Carlson. I don't care what his overall is. He's been pretty awful for us. And let's take a look at this draft recap. What do we got for ourselves? 75 for that corner. Unfortunately, normal dev. Really good overalls, though. I mean, everyone's in the 70 range. Tavon McCall, not Tavon. Tavon McCall, really good man in zone. I mean, he's a good player. He's just normal dev, which is really tough to work with. You just don't develop at all with that. Singh, he looked good enough to me to replace Wilkins. That's where we're at. Cheaper, higher ceiling. That's all that, those two things I think explain it for themselves, to be honest. Stewart, one of these guys is probably going to end up playing actual guard. I suppose maybe Stewart's that guy, as the other guy's a little bit stronger. So we'll put Pollock at right tackle. I think he'll be a right tackle down the line for us, maybe even as soon as next year when Stanley's potentially gone. Finesse block's not the greatest for a run, but he is just a good pass blocker. Right tackle, dev, star dev. It'd be nice to land some sort of superstar dev. Running back Sheldon. Very curious to see this guy because he actually looked really solid. 92 speed, 92 excel, 84 truck, 83 stiff arm. I need this in my life. All right, I need it. And as far as kicker goes, Will Green and Dev. Kick power is good. I'm going to take a look at that Dev. I don't care. I want to see it. I want to see if we're looking at a superstar. We're not, but we're still looking at the starter because, again, Daniel Carlson pissed me off. I want to see the corner. Bradham, 90 speed, 94 excel, pretty good actually. Is hidden development trait. I still would have taken McCall over him because speed is king. But how bad of a decision would that have been? It would have been, kind of a meh decision. All right, we trade off some linemen, Thompson and Glaze for a 4th and a 5th. I mean, guys that, Glaze is going to need a contract, not going to pay him. Thompson, he's never going to start. And this is what our backup landscape looks like. We've got great backups across the board. Charles Grant, sucks that we wasted him, but it's not really much to waste anyways because he's such a low overall. All right, start of Season 4. We didn't actually look or even discuss the dev-ups, but obviously Grant had a dev-up, which is great. Superstar development trait. And then eventually we actually had Nick Cross go up in dev. I don't know if we mentioned these things, but there you go. Might bump the XP. It's weird because the overalls are really high for across the board, but our players who have, some of them have won some awards, really aren't developing that quickly, right? So I don't know if XP needs to go up a little bit, but for now, everything's going to be the same. Other than McCall, there's not really a player that I'm like, they got to develop. They got to develop. Their overall, their dev's not high enough. Everyone's got dev, and I'm surprised Myers is still going strong. 30 years old, looking all right. But, yeah, it's going to be where we're going to lose him and maybe some other players. Stanley's there. I mean, this is the best team we've had so far. We made the playoffs last year. We won a game. See if we can get even further. All right, we got contracts. Jeanty, obviously, this is not bad. Gibbs in free agency usually is about 20 million per. This is 16, which I can live with till he's 30. Really? I thought that would have been easily a walk in the park contract. Powers Johnson, I don't know if he's getting paid more as a left guard or if he would have stayed at center, but we have him as a left guard right now, and he's going to get a 6-year 100. Hemingway, this is actually not bad either. The problem is he is on the older side already as well. We'll do the 4-year 60. 79 overall now. Besh, wow, this is really cheap. I know he hasn't really quite developed where we would expect him to, but it's still cheaper and better than I would have thought it was going to be. Porter, we'll give him a 2-year 9. Why not? Try to keep this class intact if we can. Myers, unless he doesn't regress super hard, is probably gone. Grant's for sure gone. We just talked about keeping the class intact, and here we are. Stanley might just straight up retire on us. And we got to pay Lawson soon. But, yeah, I mean, for now, with that quarterback still in his rookie year, your rookie deal, obviously, not bad. And we're headed to the wild card round, which we get the bye week at 12-5. Okay, this is our best chance yet. Best chance yet. Jeanty's the best running back in the league. Still got that Raider scheme. We're making the playoffs. Whether we could be better with, the Packers, Falcons, Chiefs or not is irrelevant because we're making the playoffs and we just got the first round bye. So trying to keep this as true to the Raiders rebuild as possible. It's not like I just have to have those schemes on so we can be the best possible. It's just a lot of times I have to put the schemes on because we just won't win without them. But right now, we're winning without them. So why would I change it? Besh was amazing. Bowers was amazing. And then the rest are bad. Yes, it's painful. It's painful to see us waste players' talent when I know the numbers would be better with the Chiefs or the Packers or the Falcons. But at the same time, if we're going to be winning games at this scheme, I'm going to give it a chance. Thibodeau, pretty good. Hemingway, pretty good. Max Crosby, amazing. 24 sacks. Of course, Singh, the rookie, not great. He had some tackles for loss. Maybe get something because of it. I don't know. Branch with 3 picks. Aubrey with 2. Fox with 2. Lawson, Cross, and Spearman all with 1 apiece. Green was not great, but that's the same exact season that Daniel Carlson had, and we see almost all the time that rookie quarterback kickers just have a bad season for their first year. Second year, we'll see. If he's still bad, okay, maybe we got problems. Of course, we've seen Cole's numbers are great, but Jeanty, rookie player of the year on offense. Crosby, the defensive player of the year. Sheldon, number 3 for offensive rookie of the year, which is crazy for a backup running back. Singh was number 2 for defensive rookie of the year. That would have been a huge win, and McCall 5 to even bigger, but obviously he wasn't even close. Quarterback, number 6. Running back, obviously, number 1. Wide receiver, no. O-line, number 3 and 5, I think that was. Max Crosby, number 1 for the D-line. I'm really surprised that we didn't get anyone else, though. We had several double-digiters. As far as linebackers go, you have Albury at 8. Best DB, no. And then best kicker, obviously not. But we get the first round bye. We are moving to the divisional round without even having to play a single snap. Let's actually get this going. I guess wide receiver, because we have 3 decent wide receivers. Jacoby Myers, of course, going to be the focus. I don't even know what the hell he needs. I guess deep route running makes the most sense. I would say that's probably his lowest rating. The divisional round. The Jets. Okay, the Jets. Who the hell did they beat, though? Wow, no Chiefs at all. Just in the playoffs at all. They missed. I didn't even pay attention. I just, we're 12-5. I don't care. Jets beat the Ravens by 3. It is Raiders, Jets, Browns, Colts for the AFC. That's absurdly random. Other side, of course, Buccaneers, Commanders, Niners, and Eagles. Yeah, that makes sense. Like all those teams, I'd expect. Okay, yeah, they got a chance. They got a chance to win it all, but AFC is kind of getting wild, getting a little bonkies, if you will, a little bonkers mode. But the Jets, hopefully they don't upset us like they did with the Ravens. Number 1 seed. Can't believe we actually got the number 1 seed. Defense gives up short field. Well, offense does, and then the defense gives up the touchdown for the short field. A little bit of a turnaround, though. 17-10 at half. That's a way better turnaround than the way it started. 24-17. It's not over, though, as the Jets are just scoring unanswered after unanswered. 31-24, and defense will hold on. So, good job by the offense. Scored when they needed to, and then the defense finally stopped them. Grant with 2 picks did not help anyone's case. They had 2 rushing touchdowns. I mean, they looked just as good, if not better than us. We just found a way to score just enough points, just a little bit more than them. Makuba and freaking Gardner with a pick apiece. It's just, unfortunately, those picks. Grant almost threw the game away. And even though we do have more time in this rebuild, you have 10 years total. It is kind of crazy that we're kind of gearing up for the classic Year 4 Super Bowl win, as we are going against the 88 overall Colts. I still feel like we're not quite there, but at the same time, this AFC playoff landscape, it's not the toughest we've seen. The Colts do have a pretty good offensive scheme, though. I've seen some success with them, had some success with them. I think it's a very good scheme if you're trying to get rushing numbers with your quarterback numbers, your passing numbers. As we're down by 3 at half, we get a touchdown, I think, but a missed extra point just like them. Just weird. Both teams missing extra points. 3rd and 12, just, oh man, dude. Like, you just can't get a single yard. Defense clutching up. You got to get a score. This is a pretty good drive so far. This is kind of clutch. 3rd and 10. And, oh my God, buzzer beater, Zach Besh to go to the Super Bowl. Oh my God, that's insane. I mean, it's insane that they had 23 seconds left and didn't use a single one of their timeouts. I believe we had 3. But with time expired, they hit the game winner. That's crazy. Like, this is EA's game, by the way. 31 seconds. 3rd and 10, 13-yard throw to Bowers. 26 seconds. 27 seconds to get that playoff. Unbelievable. Or is they saying 4 seconds? Regardless, it's taking 30 seconds to play. 2-minute warning. What are we doing? What are we doing? Grant was amazing. Clutched up. Unbelievable. Into the Super Bowl we go. Impressive. It was very close, but impressive nonetheless. Both teams missing the extra point. Didn't matter in the end. Both teams, wasn't a 1-point game. 1 2-point game. And of course, it is the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl, which is literally the team. Wow, they're 16-1 as well. Literally the team that won back-to-back in this rebuild. See how they got here? Of course, they had that bye week, just like us. Beat Commanders by 6. They beat the Niners by 11. And then, hopefully they lose to us by any sort of number at all. Let's take a look at our actual dev-ups, if we had any. Trying to think. Defensively, maybe. Offensively, Besh. Oh, man, I thought Besh. Oh, yeah. Jeanty. Great. X-Factor. In 98 overall. We paying him 16.5 a year. Totally worth that contract for sure. Still super young. We got him for at least 6. I think we can get 7. Which, to be fair, we don't even need that many years anyways, but I think we can if we really wanted. And then defensively, Albury, I think, went up in dev. McCall, sadly, does not. But I think Albury did, right? I think he was only star. I think we only had star linebackers. Yeah, he did, so fair enough. A little dev up here and there. Nothing major. Here we go. End of the game. How are we faring? Nice. 7-0. Good start. They get a touchdown, though. We drive down for nothing. Okay, that's fun. Huge. Another drive down for nothing. Second half. We drove down and got a score. We did it again. 14-point lead. Buccaneers aren't going away. They don't score, and we're winning a Super Bowl in year 4. Can we 3-peat? Can we 2-peat? Can we win another one within the next, 6 seasons? I mean, that's the question. That's the hope. That is the hope. I mean, we got one in year 2. We love it. Or year 4, not 2. And we got it with the Raiders offense. I think that's the biggest surprise here is the Raiders offense. I mean, it was getting us the playoffs. It was winning us games, but you obviously see the numbers, right? The passing numbers are pretty mid. The rushing numbers did get Jeanty the #1 rushing title, but we've seen, you know, other running backs come and go with the wins, and man, get a razor, bro. Get a razor. It's weird, like, I mean, like, I haven't reached out to them, or they haven't reached out to me, but if I was, you know, like a Madden dude with, like, a Manscaped sponsor, like, why are we not taking advantage of this bug, guys? Come on, fellas. It's free advertising. You could use that, make a YouTube short out of it, like, you know, hey, if you had Manscaped, whatever the hell, you know, I'm free promoing. No wonder why I don't get no damn sponsor. But Sean Grant, 1 touchdown, 0 picks, 231 yards. Jeanty, 5 yards per carry, 0 touchdowns. Maybe there is, actually, to be fair. Maybe they have. Maybe I'm behind the loop, out of the loop. But Bowers, 105 yards. We got ourselves a Super Bowl. That's plain and simple what happened. And then our kicker missed a field goal, which could have lost us the game if it wasn't for how good the defense was. 21-7. Not like a super impressive score line, but 3 touchdowns, 2 touchdown lead. It's a Super Bowl win against a team that's won multiple. A lot of them, actually, in the last 10 years. When you consider this realm as well. But here we go. Let's go to the re-signings, which could include Stanley, I suppose, but I don't think it will. We also have an off-season thing we'll have to do. All right, 5th-year option and whatnot. Lawson, I think it's cheaper just to pay him straight up instead of doing a 5th-year option. And, I mean, honestly, we got money, so why not keep Ronnie Stanley? He just won a Super Bowl with him, so let's do it again. He's down. He won't want to win. But that's pretty much that. And let's go to free agency, where I don't think we're going to be signing any long-term contracts. 1 or 2s, I think. But I want to be flexible going forward. You know, I don't want to be stuck. Gibbs, Worthy, Arnold. Okay, Arnold is an intriguing potential prospect. But I don't think we're going to do that. Egbuka, $13 million per year. You're flaunting $13 million per year for a guy like him. Oh, man. We've got our wide receivers, though. I can't do it. I gotta look away. I gotta look away. Matthew Golden as well. Superstar Dev as well. He's got the Golden Dev. I've got to ignore this. It's going to hurt us in the end, and I don't need those positions. Oh, I really want Golden, though. 25 years old. Oh, my lordy. It's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. O-line, we don't even need these guys. I'll take a look at our roster real quick to see if any of these guys could really help, and we need them, but I don't think we can. I don't think we need them. I just don't. So we're in the draft with pick 32. There's a couple of edge rushers. They're 1 to 2. I mean, Max Crosby's not that old. He's 31 now, but, you know, he's going to be gone at 34, 35, most likely. Not for sure, but most likely, meaning that if we did draft someone now, we would have them until they need a contract, and then we'd have someone ready to go. Yes, we'd have to pay them, but, you know, likely wouldn't be costing too much. So I'm going to slow sim. If there's a range where we can get them, maybe we do it. Also, could go Gabe Wilkins, put Besh in the slot, and I wouldn't hate that. I think developing a younger guy, you know, Besh is already 26, and he's only 84, 85 overall. It wouldn't be the worst decision, but I think it really just comes down to what the best value is for us. So we're going to slow sim, and honestly, if like Davis and Wilson are there around 20, yeah, then we'll probably trade up. All right, we got very lucky. This guy is still here. We trade a 1st, 4th, and 5th over for 27 from the Eagles. And the reason why I say very unlucky is I was simming this, not realizing that one of them already went. And even right now, I don't even know. He went 5 overall, and I simmed all the way to 27 without realizing it. Oh my God. Imagine we actually land a super steal here. Kevin Wilson, that's our guy, 6'5". I don't even remember how fast he was. That's good enough. I can live with that. I can live with that. Even if he's normal, I can live with it, but hopefully he's not. Hopefully he's better. 41 true. And he is. Hidden Dab. What a draft pick. Didn't have to go all the way to 6. I would never have done it anyways, but didn't have to go to 6. I might even try to get crazy because we have a bunch of 4th-round picks and go to the Browns to take that wide receiver. I don't think it's going to happen, but yeah, either you see us make the trade or you see us go all the way to the 2nd round. All right, with pick 32 in the 2nd round, because we could get the trade, we're going to be taking Raymond Mooney, actually. Reading's hard. It's Ramon or Ramon. I'd say Ramon, but who knows? I don't do that. 56 true. Head and Dev. Got ourselves a long-term, potential future linebacker because Albury's going to be needing a contract soon, and I want to keep the most important positions intact. Running back, quarterback, wide receivers, tight end in this case because of Bowers, and then, of course, the pass rush, stuff like that. Whereas, linebacker, I wouldn't say they're a dime a dozen, but there's pretty much a dime a dozen. You have this wide receiver who really doesn't look great, but he's 6'6". It's intriguing to say the least. We already got our edge rush backup, and Thibodeau's going to be here for another 3 to 4 years minimum. So I think I'm going to go with a different position than edge rusher. So do you go May? I guess you go Clayton May. I don't really love Clayton May, to be honest, but 86 true, normal dev. I mean, that's our slot receiver now, right? Because Myers is gone. If Robinson's there, though, at 9, I probably will take him, which he is. I mean, backup tight end, maybe, even though we have Mayer. I think backup tight end it is. Darrell Robinson, he's not really even built to play backup tight end. 97 true. He's actually pretty good. 90 speed, 90 excel, 96 change of direction, 95 agility at 6'6". Is pretty crazy. Got the weird elusiveness build. And the only edge rusher we have left is Clifford, who is pretty mid-looking. I'll trade this down, and if he's there next round, maybe, but... yeah, I'm not spending that high of a pick on a UDFA. Unless they're like, one of those wide receivers, superstar wide receiver type builds. I want a 4th round pick. This works. 4th and a 7th from the Titans. This is the worst pick in the round, so even if we get, the Titans win the Super Bowl, we still at least gain that 7th, I suppose. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. And I'd be willing to bet that they aren't going to be great. We do see... Clifford there, 6th rounder, why not? 6th round, I'm down. 129 true, normal dev, but 129 in the 6th, that's a win. And here we go with the draft recap. 74 overall for that edge rusher. How was the fullback? He was a really high overall. I didn't get to actually see him. It's got crazy Marcel Reeves vibes, even though he's clearly nothing like him. I don't know why, I did. Yeah, it like game crashed. But Kevin Wilson, 82 speed, 90 excel, and 79 finesse move. Good player. You put him at left end because that's where he's going to be playing in the future. At some point on this team, hopefully. But put him at, I don't freaking know, 90-something, 95, I guess. Superstar, hey, that's huge. Better than Thibodeau. So, I mean, he's not going to start over Tibbs. He's going to be wasted, honestly. He really will be, unless Thibodeau is really bad and, we replace him. But Ramon, not bad. Good zone coverage. Okay block shot. Okay everything. This would be our new right out or left out, one of the outs. 52 seems, let's just relax a little bit here. What else do we have? Wide receiver. These guys don't really matter, right? I mean, these guys are backups. It's so crazy, though. The 99 juke move, 6'6 build. I can't tell if that was intended. It just seems weird. Like, EA just surely doesn't think that 6'6" guys can even have 96 change of direction and 99 juke move in real life, right? Like, that's not, I don't even think that's physically possible. It's just how the body works. Most athletic big guys in the world don't have that. Like, I like Kobe, I guess? I mean, unless you're thinking there's multiple Kobes every single draft, I don't know if it makes sense. I am curious to see Davis real quick, though. Wrong thing. Nope, wrong thing. That's not what I wanted. I want to see Davis 5 overall. I can't believe we even landed this guy, because again, I was waiting because I was like, okay, whenever Davis goes, that's when I'm going to take our guy. I'm going to trade up for him, who's only normal. Wow, the Broncos, you really sold. Way to go. Round of applause. Love it in our division. Sell for me, baby. But, yeah, I didn't realize he went because I just wasn't paying attention. I was like, well, there's no way he's going to go top 5. But he did. And they sold. All right, here is the team for season number 5. Not a whole lot changes here. Our slot wide receiver changes, and we got a new fullback, but offense is basically the same. And then defensively, got some backups in some positions that we didn't have before, which is good. Thibodeau, 86 overall. It'd be lovely to see this guy get to a 90-plus and an actual superstar, but it's kind of feeling like a little bit of a long shot at this rate. Maybe those XP sliders are supposed to be where we usually have them in the 140, 150 range, but either way, we won a Super Bowl, so I'm chilling with that. Also, Porter is a superstar dev, which is kind of funny, actually. All right, $114 million. You talked about Bowers being a $20 million guy. It's on the low end. It's a $21 million guy. We'll do 30. Well, not 30, a 5-year, which is 30 years old. Right, I guess $22 million per year is not enough for a tight end, mind you. Aubrey, we talked about it. We're going to replace him with the guy we drafted. Watkins, definitely paying that. Lawson, definitely paying that. Phillips, I think we'll pay that for now. For now, we'll pay that. And then Cole Miller, we'll see. We'll see what the regression looks like. But for now, money's not that big of a problem. But yeah, Grant's coming up. All right, playoffs. We were at 10 wins, so I imagine we're in the playoffs unless you get really unlucky. And 13-4, not quite a bye week this time around. The number 2 seed, the Ravens stole it with some sort of tiebreaker. Jeanty, 1,500 yards, 21 touchdowns, mind you. Passing numbers are super mid in this scheme, but hey, if we have to step aside for Jeanty and we get a bunch of Super Bowl wins, that's fine by me. Of course, this is really killing our pass game. Quarterback, wide receivers, even tight end for developing. O-line was pretty good, though. D-line, pass rush, Thibodeau, another 12-pluser. 18.5 for Crosby, 14 for Hemingway, mind you, and then Singh, way better sophomore year. Branch, 5 picks, 4 for Lawson, pretty good season there. Green, like we talked about, rookie year is bad, everything else good. Punter, very solid there. Kick return, punt return game. We get the freaking 6'6" guy returning the kicks. It was okay, I guess. Eagles, Jalen Hurts is your MVP. Anything for us? Number 2 for Defensive Player of the Year. Number 3 for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Not even a rookie on our team started on defense. And then, of course, you get best running back with Jeanty again. O-line, Matt Phillips just paid him a 6-year 73, I believe it was, and now he's a superstar. Crosby wins his award, and not a bad year. Not a bad year at all. I'm not sure what I want to do here. If I want to keep going in and watching these, because we got our Super Bowl win. Usually when we do like a following the career, that's, after we get one Super Bowl win, we don't. But since we have a chance at the two-peat, I'll do it. If it's a two-peat or a repeat situation, we'll do it. But I think in 10-year rebuild specifically, we'll only do the one. I think that's fair enough. But here we go into the game. What are we cooking up with? We'll do one Super. What I should say, I should clarify. We'll do one Super Bowl and then we'll just sim the rest. Whatever happens, happens. Not coming into the game to try and save it unless it's the Super Bowl itself. As these sims do take a while, right? It's like 3 to 5 minutes per playoff game we're watching here as we win by 3 over the Bengals. And, you do that 10 times, that adds up, believe it or not. But, of course, Joe Burrow, Grant, a little 50-50 battle. Jeanty, pretty good numbers there. Bowers and Higgins, both sides doing well. Thibodeau, what a game. Kicking clean. We win by 3. And here we are in the divisional round against the Titans. 12-5 for them, 89 overall. We are better, but by how much? 14-10 at half, 17-10. Fourth quarter, 17 all. Okay, huge 7-point lead, 24 all. Huge drive, no score. Overtime, the Titans are driving down. This is going to be a touchdown from them. The best we can do is tie it. You already know we lost. You already know. Oh, huge conversion, actually. 2nd and 20 again, mind you. And they will actually get the touchdown. Need a stop. I can't believe they're actually going to turn this around and potentially win it 4th and inches. And they win. Wow, I can't believe the Raiders came back. Can't believe we came back here. Let's take a look at the game. Grant was amazing. He was really good. I can't believe they clutched up. When we were backed up, after giving up a touchdown, I thought it was over. A freaking field goal blocked. Way to go. I really thought it was over, but they actually persevered. I can't believe it. And the Ravens. All right, we're on the road. 89 overall Ravens. They were the number 1 seed, so 1 versus 2. End of the game. Ravens 3, us 6. Our kickers, stop, dude. Please stop selling us. It'd be tied up right now if not for that. We're down 8. Hopefully we don't lose by, and we miss a 2-point. We get a field goal to go up by 1. And we do win. All right, so that extra point almost completely sold us the game. But the team was able to just play great defense, honestly. And then, of course, do enough on offense to take the lead and hold on, I guess. 8-point lead could have been, 27-17 instead, but thankfully the defense held on just enough. The defense saved the kicker. The kicker was absolutely posturing us for an L there. But the defense held on and just did their thing. Let's take a look at the Super Bowl now. Who are we taking on? It is the Cowboys. Okay, a team that a lot of times in Madden is pretty damn good, admittedly. 13-4, there's 13-4, 88 overall. We are better than them. They're like the lowest overall team, or one of the lowest we've seen. Jeanty was already an X Factor. Obviously, Besh, not a great season, right? So, I mean, he's no one on this offense really going to dev up other than Jeanty, who already was an X Factor. And speaking of X Factors, we had a couple on the defense. Hemingway, one of them, now an X Factor, 27 years old. Only an 87 overall at 27, but, those are the sliders for you. Defensively, strong safety, Brian Branch, X Factor. Seemingly a very good decision to sign him in free agency. He's been great ever since, and he goes to X Factor, which tells me he's getting even better, apparently. Was there anyone else? I felt like there was someone else. McCall's still normal, mind you. But, yeah, there's the team. 92 overall. Taking on the 88 overall Cowboys, not the Colts. We couldn't play them in the Super Bowl. See if we can go for the two-peat. Tie the Buccaneers in this one. All right, end of the game. Dallas starts off strong with 7. We bounce back with 7 ourselves. We get a stop. We get 3, up by 3 now. Nearing halftime, not going to score. 10-7, 17-7, 20-7, 28-7. And the Raiders are back-to-back Super Bowl champions. Relax there a little bit. Back-to-back Super Bowl champions. On the shoulders of Jeanty. Good decision, right? Very good contract for both sides after his rookie deal. And we have hoisted 2 Lombardis now. Trying to go for what we always talk about is the unbeatable 3-peat. Quarterback was okay. Didn't really lead the team into a win. It was really just team effort. There wasn't like a crazy performance there. He did have a rushing touchdown, I suppose. Besh, CeeDee Lamb, both over 100 yards in that game. No touchdowns. Really, the pass, his offense was not really scoring much. But 2.5 sacks for Tibbs, 2 for Crosby. Was there really not a touchdown on defense? Where the hell? It's just all rushing touchdowns, huh? Either way, we have won yet another Super Bowl. Year 5, we got another 5 years. We can win another 5 Super Bowls. Not that it's really relevant, but if you want to see the games played, it really doesn't even matter anymore. There's no point in even showing it because we do offline once it gets that time of the year where it'll take you like 2 hours to set up every time if you don't. And yeah, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. It's offline. It's offline every time. It's around the draft. Really once the season's over. 3 off-season things, by the way, which we'll take a look at. Did we have any retirements? I'm trying to think. Would we have? Not really. All mentors. Winston with a Super Bowl win there. We'll take it. Let's do these storylines, get into the offseason where, once again, if we're signing any contracts, it's all 1 years and that's it. All right, Grant's going to cost a lot no matter what, so we're going to do a 5th-year option for him. Obviously, Albury's gone. And even though I love Cole Miller, dude, oh, man, we could keep Cole Miller for 1 more year. But, man, what do you do? I guess you keep him for 1 more year, and then if assuming he doesn't retire, you let him go. And then you let him go. All right, you've exceeded your welcome here. We'll let you know that it's over. So you make that decision. You retiring or you going to a new team after the year? It's over afterwards. That's all I can tell you. That's all I got for you. Trey Smith, Addison Creighton. Yo, they let Creighton go to free agency. 94 overall, X Factor. Damn, son. That is kind of crazy. I wish we had the money, but we don't. Too expensive. Too expensive. And, this corner looks great, too. We'll have to take a look. We might have a chance to go for somebody if it, allows us to replace who we already have. If there's any 1-year type contracts, but don't think there is. I think everyone's wanting many years, or it's just a position we don't need. Except for Ronnie Stanley. He'll be back. Screw it. We're going to keep Ronnie Stanley. All right, we're in the draft with pick 32, and there's a really solid-looking running back. We don't know his actual 40 time, but left side saying elite. We're going to take this corner. I don't know if it's going to be worth it. I'm not going to trade down, because realistically, 2 to 3, I'd trade down to 8. What am I really getting from 8, Bryce Green. 3 true talent. Okay, that's way better with the B's than I thought he was going to be. And he's hidden on top of it. Wow. I like this DeMarco Green guy. 2 to 3, 5'9", 16 true. That sucks. And we also actually have Richmond still here too, so technically we don't even need to day 3 it. Do I want him though? I think so. I think that's fun. 53 true. And I was worried 53 was giving me normal vibes. A power move, another, somewhat, not slow, but 5'11". This is either boom or bust. It's either normal or superstar. And I think it might be superstar. Of course, with this one, we're going to go with Blaine Coley. He was very fast. 64 true. Normal dev. Damn, I thought he was going to be one of the superstar builds. Unfortunately not. They got a day 3 fullback that is just, man, okay, he is convincing me. He looks like ass, but he's very fast. Okay, I guess he is just ass. I've seen elite speed, 4.61. I'm like, oh, maybe he's like a superstar. Maybe he's not good at blocking, but he's like a running back kind of fullback, right? Right, draft recap. We took a bunch of random players in there. The punter might be decent. He was an elite kick power punter. Mike Ellis, 6'5", pretty damn strong. But let's take a look at that actual. I didn't even look at the overalls. I went straight to the punter. 77. All right, that is a good corner. Maybe McCall is just going to be our number 3. He has a chance to go up in Dev at that point, too, as we've seen with Porter. Dev star. It's not amazing, but it's still better than normal, I'll tell you that. I think he's going to be our number 2. And then, of course, unfortunately, DeMarco Green is a strong safety with only normal Dev. Going to be moving him over to free safety. Looks okay, but nah. Of course, Richmond, maybe our future left tackle. He's got the frame for it, sort of. A little bit shorter than I'd like, but that's fine. Dev, star. One of these guys would be superstar, be clutch. And then, of course, we do have Evan Cox, who's also hidden development trait. Phelan, especially with that block shot, he's got the build. He's got the superstar build. It's either normal or superstar every single time. Let's change the number to 54. Sure, why not? Now he is star. Okay, in between, still better than normal. All these other players suck. That fullback's gone for sure. Was there someone I really wanted? I don't think so. Was there? I guess I'll take a look at the safeties. Was it Lowry? Was it Cobb? It was Cobb I really wanted. Corbin Cobb. He's also normal Dev, so it's not like we really missed anyone. Oh, the running back. Where's that running back go? Chargers. How good was he? Oh, wow. 86 overall. Clay Jackson. Great change of direction, break tackle, speed, excel, agility, juke move, spin move, stiff arm, trucking, carrying. Injury and toughness are a little low, but this guy is good. Well, damn. Okay, they got themselves a real one. And he's an X Factor at 27. One of the best steals I've ever seen. Unbelievable. What a player. We're now in season number 6, coming off of back-to-back Super Bowl wins. We're kind of killing it. This is what the team looks like. It's good. Wide receivers, I wish were a little bit higher, but it's just part of the game of not having the XP sliders super high. The team looks great. Branch, X Factor. I mean, what's really wrong with this team? Not much, right? Just worried about the age of Crosby and potentially the money disappearing, but overall, we keep on swinging. $81 million. Fox, I'm not even going to see what the other contracts are like. I'm just going to pay him. I do worry because I think Max Crosby is a part of this list. So if that's the case, which he is, that's $40 million gone. Who do you have to pay next year? McCall. Okay, so you get McCall. You have, Stanley and Colton Miller. Those guys, especially Stanley, are gone anyways. So let's just call it how it is. And then Spearman's asking for pennies, but he should be because he's not a great overall. But we're just hoping that he sticks around. That would be great. Cross. I mean, you can't lose players that are crazy good value, right? Like a 5-year 40 for a freaking 85 overall is insane. Max Crosby, you do a 1-year deal worth 40, and maybe you sneak out a Nick Cross contract here because you're hoping that... I'm not sure what you're hoping, honestly. I'm going to do it anyways. This is so risky. You're just hoping that, Max Crosby not having a contract the following year, that it just works itself out, right? You're just like, okay, well, we don't have to pay him the following year, so when we have to re-sign, as long as you get through the draft, you'll be fine, because you're saving 40 the next year, Headed to playoffs, that looked pretty damn good to me, so let's see how we finish. We will finish 13-4, again, number 1 seed, I believe again. If there's some, continuity issues, it's because I, obviously, a 10-year rebuild, am doing this multiple days and tries. But the team, we got a couple of guys looking really good, like Jeanty, and of course, Max Crosby, and who was the other one, actually? I don't even know who the last one was. I think it was 2 defenders, right? Either way, whether it is or not, it was Brian Branch. Look at him go with 8 interceptions. This is the team looks like. 32 touchdowns, 5 picks, 3,700 yards. Jeanty, 1,688 yards, 16 touchdowns. Bowers was amazing. Besh, good. Watkins, good. May, okay. But nothing spectacular, right? Offensive line was actually pretty damn impressive. Defensively, Max Crosby killed it. Everyone else, okay, but not amazing. And then obviously Brian Branch, what a season. 8 picks. Will Green missed 2 kicks out of 17. Punting was solid. It's a good year. It's definitely a good year. Jeanty, oh, there you go. Bryce Young, MVP. But Jeanty, best running back, should be. Almost best, no, not best. touchdowns low or something? Because I thought he would have been higher than this. Yeah, he's not even the... Is he the best running back? He is the best running back, but not the best offensive player of the year or even close to it. I'm a little surprised by that, but we do get O-line. Matt Phillips, nice, huge. Crosby, best D-line. He's won a billion awards now. Brian Branch, best DB, obviously. At this point, though, back to, you know what? It's three-peat. We'll go into the games, but after the three-peat's over, we're not going to. We're gonna sim the games because it's just taking a lot of time. I imagine the rebuild's on par for 2.5 hours, which is crazy. Going to the end of the game after the bye week, so obviously the Dolphins had to beat a team to make it. They attempted a 60-yard field goal. They have a lot of confidence. Halftime score of 6-point lead for us into the fourth quarter. Not looking great, but doing enough potentially. Did they just go for 2 unwarranted? They were down 14 points and decided to go for 2. That is crazy mind games. Didn't pay off in the end as Grant and the offense, the team itself, did enough to hold on. Barely winning this game and headed to the championship run. The Chargers, division rivalry, AFC West, is repping in the Super Bowl no matter what. We have them beat by 3 overall. See if we can go back to another. Here we go. End of the game. Right to left is us, so really good drive for the Chargers, but we stopped them short. That's all it takes to win these types of games. Give them a safety. Second half, man, our offense has just done nothing in the playoffs so far. That's like the lowest scoring game I've ever seen. 10-2. That is the lowest scoring franchise game I've ever seen. 10-2. Like physically, like obviously there's been sim games, but when you actually go in, that's the lowest I've ever seen. An utter disgusting display. Talking about a disgusting act. These two teams playing. I don't care if it's a division rivalry. I don't care if it's, getting a whole bunch of people on Twitter saying, oh, you're just a casual for not liking defense. Like, I've seen games where it's not the defense just killing it. There's been sloppy play on offense, just not looking good. Low score doesn't mean great defense every single time, especially if the elements exist. But Panthers... Been seeing them win games left and right. It does not surprise me that they are the team repping here. 13-4 as well. Is that number 1 seed versus number 1 seed? About to find out. It absolutely is. The Bears by 7. The Buccaneers by 21. A little bit of a different, a disparaging matchup there between the two different division matchups. Kind of insane, actually. We're barely winning our game 10-2. There's like 4,000 points in their game. I'm trying to keep up with who got a damn dev up. Bowers is already an X factor, right? I really can't remember these things at all. He was not, okay? I felt like something looked different on the offense. Might have also been Phillips going to superstar dev. That might have also been a big factor. We signed him long-term, though, didn't we? So, this is a huge dev up. Yeah, huge dev up for us. Not that he's not already great anyways, but I think it was like a 4-year 64, if I'm not mistaken. Things are kind of coming back to me a little bit. Defensively, there's not a single dev up in sight, unfortunately. But you know what? On to the three-peat. Chance to make NFL history really once and for all. Again, I constantly say it, but it's GG. It's all over. Nobody can beat this if you get the three-peat. And to the end of the game, the Panthers start off with 7. Based on previous performances, that's already almost enough to beat us. This now physically is. Panthers aren't like the other teams, but apparently we're playing better than the other games that we've played against these other teams. Huge drive, 6-point lead, 14-point lead, 31-24. I guess we just match the energy of the other team, although this is not over. And now it is. We have three-peated. We have three-peated in this 10-year rebuild. Wow. All right. Fantastic. 44-31. And once again, this is all with the not the Chiefs scheme, the Raiders scheme, right? I believe. Again, I'm sorry if it sounds like, bro, is this guy dumb? He literally just talked about this like 5 minutes ago. It's like, well, for me, it's not 5 minutes ago. Jeromepkr still here. Legette's still here. A little surprised by that one. Both looking really good. We found a way to win, even if our numbers weren't perfect. And yeah, our kicker definitely helped a little bit in that one. 5 for 5. What a guy. Well, let's take a look. I'm pretty sure it was Raider. I saved it. I held A instead of letting it go. Yeah, Raiders Buffalo defense. See if we have any retirements. It really doesn't matter. whether the tackles retire or not, because we're super broke and can't afford them. So it doesn't really matter, but I would like them to retire, so it makes me feel a little bit better. I think I already seen Ronnie Stanley there. I see Alex Enzaloni. We do see Ronnie Stanley retire. Don't see Colton Miller retire, though, but again, we're too broke. But yeah, I did scout O-line for a reason. I felt like, tackles are going to be a problem, and they absolutely were. We already have the replacements lined up anyways, but in case we didn't, it's important to note. Oh, man, could you imagine having Myles Garrett with Max Crosby? Myles Garrett has no offers. Frank Ragnow, still not retired, where in real life he has. J.J. Sharpton, Jordan Mailata. I mean, there's a lot of really good players here, and teams just can't afford them. They just simply can't afford them. I would love to have Myles Garrett here, but yeah, I just can't. I can't afford them. They can't afford. Nobody can afford these guys, so let them go. Here we are in the draft. Oh, wait hold on a minute. I scouted a couple wide receivers. Dom Culliver is one of them, a top 5. He does look top 5-ly, right? Most of the time we get these top 5s that aren't the fastest. They're clear-cut 76 overall normals. This guy actually looks pretty good. Could be hidden. It's got another guy, Crompton, because he's 6'6". He's all right. He's okay. I mean, we need a Besh replacement, sort of. I'm going to go to 20. Hopefully Culliver's there. I'll make a trade up. Or Culver is there. I really didn't want to give up this much, but it is a pretty big trade up, and it's our division rival. So we give up a first, second, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. So basically, our entire draft minus our 3rd round pick. We also do have a couple of extra picks in there, but basically 1 through 7. And yeah, Dom Culliver is going to be that guy. This could be our future wide receiver 2 for even wide receiver 1 for the rest of this thing. Okay, I did not think True Talent 1. Please be hidden, though. And he is. This is a really solid-looking player. I don't quite think generational. I think he looks good, but I don't get generational vibes. 77, 78 overall, maybe. Maybe it's a weak class. All right, we trade literally the rest of our class and move a couple spots of the Dolphins. Kind of the last player I was looking at here is remaining. Richardson was kind of my guy, if you will. So Marcus Richardson, super fast player. I don't even know when we're going to use him or if ever. Pick 9 True Talent, but unfortunately normal development trade. Did look pretty good. Had that round 1 grade, so fair enough. But did we only draft 2 players here, by the way, because we traded everything? I mean, it's certainly something. It's certainly a decision. Let's take a look at how good that wide receiver is, because that's where all of our trade went. 78 overall. Okay, it's kind of what I've expected. Glad it's better, though. I would have thought maybe he could have been 76, 77, just really weak class, but we got somewhat lucky. He looks pretty good. I think that's your wide receiver 2 going forward. I think Besh should be in the number 3. I think that's fine. Dev, only star, so it's like, yeah, you're getting a good player. Yeah, he's worth the trade up, but still, you could have gotten a lot better 1 overall, and then Marcus Richardson looks good, but yeah, that's our draft. 2 whole players. And we even had to dip slightly into the future. Season number 7, trying to go for the 4-peats. Brand new wide receiver Culver. Hopefully, hopefully he can become, a long-term starter on this team. Maybe save some money losing potentially Besh. What is Jeanty looking like age-wise now? 27. Okay, so we should hopefully with 4 more years be able to just finish it out with him. Maybe he's like a 90 overall 31-year-old. That'd be great. Offensive line, it took some hits at the tackle spots, but it's still a really good O-line, especially the interior. Defensively, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Would love McCall to go up in dev, but really just, down the line, maybe a linebacker replacement. I would most likely assume a free safety replacement. Crosby, I guess you replace him with Wilson. We've been kind of holding these edge rushers back by not allowing them to start, so I don't know. Kind of was hoping that they would develop, but they can't really develop if they're not starting. So even with that superstar dev, he's just being wasted as of right now. But we'll see. We'll just have to play it by ear. Keeping Crosby around as long as possible is probably the smartest move, so we're going to keep doing it. All right, massive concerns. $122 million, and I see already 2 big names, including Max Crosby, that we'll have to pay. John Grant is asking for a boatload of money. Bad things are happening, all right? We are going broke. It is what it is. This is why 10-year rebuilds are pain. DT, I think we can afford him. Nick Cross, no. Pollock, yes, but also no. McCall, you got to pay. Stewart, I don't love the contract. So it's actually not that bad. We're actually, for now, okay, but who else do we have to pay? We have to pay Wilson, who I don't even know if we will, because he has really not developed yet. And then we have Green, the kicker. Yeah, I mean, I guess we pay the kicker. You pay those guys in the front. You maybe even pay freaking Max Crosby. We'll see what happens there, but it's not as bad as it could have been. That's all I can say about that. All right, playoffs, and, well, we get a bye week. We go 14-3, even better than last year. Barely beating the Bills and the Ravens for the number 1 seed. But the big thing is our quarterback said, thanks, but I'm not interested in signing, which is just the stupidest thing. There needs to be special parameters in the game. What person in the right mind is getting high market value and is winning at an unprecedented level and has no interest in re-signing? EA, please. Honestly, with 3 in a row, it's arguable that he would take 45 per if his value was 60. Like, it's arguable. You're literally cementing yourself as the greatest to ever play the sport. Even with, his seasons being somewhat mediocre, if we're going to be honest. Like, they're not bad, but considering they just won 3 in a row, you're expecting, 45 touchdowns, 5 picks, something kind of crazy, right? Culver, good. Probably will win Rookie of the Year, but again, this Raiders scheme does hold back a little bit. Pass rush, amazing. Thibodeau hopefully goes to superstar. Singh hopefully goes to superstar, especially after the contract. Green's been great. We gave him a 4-year 18, 4-year 19. But yeah, he chose not to re-sign, so we'll see what happens. It's going to cost us even more now, which we don't have the money to do. Culver with Offensive Rookie of the Year. We get some other... What was that actually? Was that best O-line? It was actually best running back. Jeanty's just been killing it. Again, I'm going to keep going in until we physically don't have a Super Bowl run. That, we can't beat... If we lose here, we can't beat the 3-peat. We have 3 seasons left. We already got the 3-peat. You can't beat the 3-peat with a 3-peat. You can't. Even if you go 17-0, it doesn't matter. It literally... You could go 17-0 3 straight years, and it still, in my opinion, doesn't matter because you weren't the first, right? You weren't the first to do it. Still doesn't change anything. Can you say maybe it's a better 3-peat run? Sure. Is it a better run? Is it better? No, because it wasn't first. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. Actually, I kind of just did. So what? 27-8 over the Chargers, our division rivals. We move on to the championship round while yapping. Looking at the numbers themselves, Grant was pretty damn good, and Herbert was pretty damn bad. Jeanty wasn't great. Again, just like most of our runs here, the defense carrying the job and sending us to the championship round. Man, this must be what it felt like to have Tom Brady and the Patriots all those years. You get that first round bye a lot, and you don't really have to win much to get to the Super Bowl. The Bills, okay, this is a really good team. This is not going to be an easy one. Could it be where it all ends? Very much so, actually. That defense worries me. End of the game, 7-0, 7-7, 10-7, 14-10, 21-10, 28-10. Okay, that defense not really having a great start so far. Second half, all that long drive for nothing. A second long drive for nothing. And take away everything I said, this team is 35-17 now. Again, the team is going to get worse. We have admitted, or basically accepted, that Max Crosby is not going to be on the team next year. That is a huge loss. Josh Allen, 5 interceptions, terrible. But yeah, that's a massive loss. I mean, that is potentially the franchise done, So we'll see. But it'd be nice to try and win 4. He's regressing a little bit. More importantly, he's reaching that point where, guys just retire in the game no matter what their overall is. So it makes sense to invest elsewhere. It does, especially with a superstar that's, about to be on a contract year. We need to see if he's going to be good. He needs to start to have a chance, which I don't even know if that's going to be enough anyways. Just this one final season that he'll play before the contract is needed. But we have the Commanders here. Let's see how they got here. What is their record? 11-6. Pretty good, actually. Not amazing, but it's definitely good enough. They obviously would not have won their, the conference with that. 6-point win over the Cardinals. 6-point win over the Seahawks. 2-point win over the Rams. I don't want to get too confident. I don't want to get too cocky, but I imagine we're going to have another season where we're watching every game in the playoffs because we're about to win this one. Offensively, no dev-ups. Culver won Rookie of the Year, didn't he? Excuse me? So this is like the second time now that this has happened for me lately. You're guaranteed the dev-up. You're guaranteed a dev-up at least once with an award win. And yet, apparently not. Apparently not. No dev-ups on defense. Not even Thibodeau with 14+ sacks, which really sucks. McCall, no dev-ups still. Nick Cross. He gave him a 1-year deal just because, you know, we can't really afford much, but we could afford him. So I figured keep what I can. And then here we are, 6-point overall, higher than the Commanders. Again, the team is going to look different every single season going forward. Might even lose the quarterback, but we could still cement ourselves even further here with a 4-peat. 3-peat, I don't ever see it happening. Chiefs just failed it. I don't think it's ever going to happen. 4-peat, I can confidently say it will not happen. It will not. It is just not going to. 3-peat, though, maybe, but I don't know if it's going to be in our lifetimes, as the Commanders here are going to be potentially denying this 4-peat. We're just saying I don't believe is ever going to happen. As we're driving down to the 1, touchdown makes it 3-point game for the Commanders to give everyone their dream. Everyone in the sports world is hoping and betting on it. And unfortunately for them and the Commanders, they cannot clutch up. And the Raiders have won a 4th straight Super Bowl with the Raiders' offensive scheme, mind you. Remind you, again, it is the Raiders' offensive scheme. This is, I imagine, our most successful rebuild in channel history. Going for a 5-peat, which I don't even know if we had the money for. $61 million, not counting our freaking quarterback. $67 million. How do I, what do I do here? What do I do with this information? I mean, I can't lose the quarterback. I just can't. I have no idea what the hell's going to happen here, but I'm just going to tag him, and whatever happens, happens. So -$6 million. What can we do to get out of that? I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I guess you can try to just restructure some guys, but get away with that? I don't know. I mean, I guess, yeah, that's really the only thing we can do is restructure. Well, here we go. Let's try to restructure some money. Got to get to at least 15 mil, I'd say. So we basically restructured like freaking 4th of the roster to gain 13 million, which I don't know what the hell is going to go on here. But Max Crosby, such a pain to see him in free agency. Myles Garrett was actually there last time. This NFL landscape, I think it's because the cap space, the cap room isn't rising quick enough. You're seeing a lot of guys that are just really talented not get contracts because nobody can afford anybody. And the fact that Max Crosby is a free agent tells me that he's a 99 overall, putting up 15 to 20 plus sacks a year. I mean, 3 straight years. Well, I mean, hell, 6 straight years, sort of, not quite. 7, basically averaging 20 sacks a season when you all average it out, probably about 19-ish. Unbelievable. All right, we're in the draft, pick 32. Again, as usual, you should be used to it by now. There's some positions of need going forward here. One of them being safety, ×2. Linebackers, maybe at least 1. Maybe some O-line. Edge, potentially a problem. And at 32, we do find an edge rusher. Matt Whitaker, very intriguing. You know, if this is your future, because the other guy's 25 already. You know, it's a problem. I need a safety, sort of. I think this edge rusher, if he's hidden, I will trade off the other guy we got, Superstar, for something decent. 13 true, normal dev. I'm still conflicted. I don't know what to do because this other edge rusher, he needs a contract right now. He is a superstar, but he needs a contract. He's already 25. I don't know what I can do with this. Best of the bunch is technically looking like Johnson, so Kelvin Johnson's going to be our guy. His true talent is 23. His dev is hidden. Beautiful. Really good, especially at 6'2". I don't think that speed's bad either. We move on to 32 now, and are likely going to be taking a lineman. The day 3, Brian Hayden is there. He looks pretty good. He'll be some sort of interior guy. We have most of our linemen actually contracted. Hidden dev, nice. So I'm not really pushing too much here. We trade a 4th, 6th, 7th this year and a 6th 2 years from now to move up to 97 with the Steelers, which is going to be a defensive tackle. Middle linebacker is decently fast, but not amazingly fast, so that's enough for me to kind of stay away. Sidney Waters, probably the best need. A finesse, a tackle, pretty damn fast. Good bench press, 65 true. Hidden dev, what a steal. And then in the 5th round, we'll probably trade this down for the future, try to extend our draft next year, because it's only going to get worse. It's going to get bloodier within this cap room. Once again, we're lucky to even have this quarterback on our team anymore, apparently. We end up trading for a 5th round next year, and we're going to use the 7th round we got with the trade for Sal Carter. He's got good kick power, B accuracy. You know, we need a punter. He's 24. Who cares, though? He's going to get the job done, I suppose. All right, here is the draft recap. We got a bunch of mid-70s. Matt Whitaker. He's not bad by any means, but honestly, he's not even as good as Cox. So, yeah, I don't know about that one. Kelvin Johnson, free safety, strong safety. Doesn't really matter. He's going to be a starter there next season. We're going to need both positions. I just can't imagine us paying with all the players we've lost that we are going to be able to pay either Cross or Brian Branch at this rate. Brian Hayden, it doesn't really matter what his dev is. He'll maybe start at some point. Who knows? I'm kind of wasting some lineman picks, but just taking what I think is the most valuable. If we can't afford to keep somebody, we'll have a backup plan at different positions. Linebacker definitely needs to be one of them, though, going forward. DT is star dev. All right, Season 8, the team is definitely losing some talent, but we're also gaining some in some ways, like wide receiver. Wide receiver is getting better, technically, over time here. And then defensively, edge, obviously worse than before. Safety's obviously going to get worse. The most fun, not even when you say fun, but the most interesting part of this rebuild now is just the contracts. What are we going to be looking at in a moment here? Is it going to be absolutely disgusting? Let's find out. All right, we're back at it again. 7-year deal, which comes out to $70 million per year. There's no way a team would do this. We're going to tag him again. There's no point on why would I pay him what might be $73 million per year over 7? Why would I do that? Why would he pay that money? I don't understand that. But speaking of money, we got Mooney. Potentially a 2 year, so that'd be $40 million left over minus, Grant's money. Let's take a look at what Wilson's doing. He's an 80 overall right now. I can live with an 80 overall superstar. 3.5 sacks. He's falling behind. I don't know. And then Hemingway, he's going to potentially regress further. Thibodeau, yeah, this team needs an overhaul. Defense is going to be taking a hit here. All right, playoffs. It was looking pretty good again. Are we going to get another bye week? We will. 12-5, our worst season yet, though, but still a bye week. 12-5 with a bunch of other teams. Jeanty, the number 1 running back. Again, the guy's been killing it. Looking at the numbers, the win-loss, pretty damn good across the board. Without Max Crosby, mind you. Of course, we're going to be losing Thibodeau as well, it seems. So the edge is really going to be taking a hit, but Grant been playing decently well. Definitely not $70 million per year well, I'll tell you that much. Jeanty, 13 touchdowns, 1,500 yards. Culver was even better this year. Bowers, good. Watkins, okay. Besh, not good. Not good. O-line, Powers Johnson was amazing. The rest, not too bad. Looking at the pass rush, Hemingway was our best guy. Pass rush is terrible. I mean, it's probably the reason why we lost a couple of games. Green, though, he's missed 2 kicks a year, which I can live with that. I can live with 2 missed kicks a year. Looking at the winners of awards, we get none, but the Jaguars get 2. They win offensive and defensive rookie of the year. We get best running back and a bunch of Brown stuff. So Jaguars and Browns just clearing up house, clearing up shop, if you will, with all these awards. We are attempting to win 5 straight Super Bowls. And there is something telling me, just the way that we went 12-5, the way that the season didn't look really great, top to bottom, that it won't happen. I think this might finally be the year we are denied a Super Bowl win, but who knows? The Chiefs right out the gate. Best chance to do it, if anyone. 14-0, 21-0, 21-3, okay, 21-10. Huge drive chance, don't take it. Second half, down 11. And I don't see how you come back from 18. Fourth quarter, you got to have a score here. And on 4th and 5, I think that's their ball. You're going to go down by 14 again. And, I mean, the offense got to score. Jeanty gets a huge touchdown. I imagine it's Jeanty at least. 3rd and 5, you got to get a stop here. They do. There's no way, right? The clock is running hard, mind you. This clock might be running right now, which is not. You need the touchdown, 42-yard line. We haven't really gone into the games much. You go Bowers down the middle of the field. And there's just literally no one on the outside here. And somehow he doesn't get that right foot down. Explain to me, EA, how we're not getting that foot down again? I'm just a little curious about it. And Besh, it's a perfect throw. Probably should have went with a rat catch. I did not think the throw was going to be that good, though, so I just didn't anticipate it. I expected to have to, fight for it. Bowers, of course, the primary here. And we're just not going to get the ball off. I'm telling you, it's the sliders, dude. You can't tell me that I back up too much. It's just The sliders are bonkers. What can I say? Culver, we got May. Watkins 101. I mean, I think you just turn this into go routes and hope one of these guys wins. May looks open. Does he overthrow that, or is that on the money? He gets the feet down, I think! On 4th and 10, I have no idea. They're not gonna, they're gonna let me sim it. They're gonna say this is a touchdown. This ball felt overthrown. It does not need to be this hard, buddy. May burns them. Look at this footwork. Oh my God. Quentin Tarantino would be proud. I will allow them to do what they want. 2-point conversion, go for overtime, whatever. Did they just fail it? They did go for extra point. Overtime, 3rd and 6. And they will give the touchdown. And I think you go for 2 this time. We've shown that we can't get a stop. You've given your defense enough chances, I think. Jeanty is interesting, to say the least. Let's see what we got. Bowers. Bowers keeps this 5-peat alive with the 2-point conversion, and we win. Oh, my God. 4th and 10. May, all the speed in the world, playing the boundary, gets the job done. What a game. What a performance. The clutching. The freaking clutch. I mean, that was our best chance to lose it. Got a blocked field goal in there, too, of course. Headed on to the championship round, just barely. But yeah, I don't know if we're actually going to hit the 5-peat or not, but this is maybe why we don't do many long-term rebuilds, okay? Which is weird, because a lot of our rebuilds have actually kind of been failing lately, so sort of. I mean, before lately. Maybe like 5 rebuilds ago we were struggling. But admittedly, especially with this one, we've been on a little bit of a heater. Go to the end of the game. Chargers score 7. We scored nothing. Chargers scored 3. We do get a touchdown, 10-7. Halftime score will remain that. Not a great performance, but a lot of these games haven't been, even, all the years leading up to this. 17-10. Defense is doing a good job. Offense is just doing nothing. And we didn't really lose anyone on offense to be playing like this, so, I mean, it's a little inexcusable. And with 3 seconds left, they run the ball, mind you, and they're going to, potentially lose this game with all these timeouts. That's crazy. Bowers is looking prime, by the way. Oh, my God. Ah, what a dot! This team, are you not entertained? The way they're playing that, I knew we had a chance across the face of the safety. Really good coverage, but it's a perfect throw, a perfect route, and a perfect catch. Oh, my Lord. This is one of the hottest ones of the year. Look at this thing. Oh, my God. 3rd and 9, 4th and inches. We will get the stop. Oh, we not. They actually went for it. That was weird. I don't know what the hell that was. And 4th and 4. Wait, what happened? Wait, what? Did the game just glitch? I think the game genuinely just glitched. Wait, why did the game just glitch? There's nothing here saying that we had the ball, right? 3rd and 4. Where's the inches? 4th and 4 field goal is good. 4th and 1 penalty on the defense. Okay, so we're not losing the season like this. I'm force quitting the game. Maybe I'm accidentally cheating here and my brain is just not comprehending something. I'm just trying to... Because that was overtime, right? We got to overtime on that shot to Bowers. I think the game on 4th and 5, there was a punt. But because there was a penalty on the punt, the game thought we had an opportunity at the ball, but that's not how it works. I imagine, at least, right? That would make no sense. How can you say both offenses get the ball if the offense never steps out on the field? There's no way that's it. I think it genuinely did just glitch and thought, okay, they punted the ball, that counts as a possession automatically. When obviously the penalty, man, could you imagine that coming up in a tournament setting? Or at halftime, it's 10-3. It's not a great game, but here we are, 17-3. I mean, I'll gladly lose if we've got to lose, but I'm not going to lose because of a glitch, right? That's just stupid. Once again, if I did cheat, I absolutely apologize. Void this Super Bowl, but I'm pretty sure we were owed a possession there. Again, I don't know if there was something glitched in there. It looked weird. That's why I thought, why it kind of confused me is that it looked like we had the ball, but then all of a sudden they were driving again, and then as soon as, they scored the field goal, I was excited. I was like, okay, we held the field goal. Touchdown wins the game, and the game just ends. I was like, huh? But yeah, I'm pretty sure we just got scammed. But obviously we re-scammed the system. We just redid. You know, I think it's fair to just, something like that happens, you re-roll the sim. It's fair. We have the Bears now in the Super Bowl. Let's take a quick look at the dev-ups if we had any. I'm trying to think of any. Maybe... No, I don't think we'd have had any. I think the whole team is just max dev from last season at least. Look at the defense. Actually, Thibodeau goes to superstar. A little late, buddy. Little late. I wish McCall would have went to star, but a little bit late, but obviously looks good. Chance at a 5-peat? I don't think we've ever done a 5-peat in a rebuild. Maybe we have. I gotta start writing this. Like, no matter what, I'm gonna definitely like write this one down just so I remember. 95 overall to the 87 overall Bears. As a Packers fan, this would kind of hurt if the Bears were the ones to stop us. I mean, if we win this Super Bowl, what is it actually going to take for us to not win another Super Bowl? I felt like losing Max Crosby, losing some of those names was enough. I really did. But as you can see right here, looking good at 20-0 at half. I don't think it is. We're winning by 20, 26-3, 26-9. And with a pretty bad D-line, we end up dominating the Bears and winning 5 straight. That's kind of wild. I don't think we've ever done that, and I don't think we'll ever do it again. But then again, it's the freaking Raiders, so like if we could do this with the Raiders, surely if we had one of the crazy schemes, we could do even more, right? Either way, 2 more seasons left to potentially 7 straight Super Bowl wins. And mind you, I don't know if it played much of a factor in this one, but our XP sliders were lower than normal. 120, other than the O-line. So, say what you will. You know, we're 95 overall, but the Bears, who made it all the way to the Super Bowl, are 87. While not all the teams are like that, a lot of teams are in the 87-90 range or higher. This is still lower than our average rebuild. Resignings, where it shows we have a lot of money, but that's because our quarterback isn't signed. And I don't think the money counts, right? Or maybe it does. Wait, we've already offered this money to him? What does he want? He wants a 6-year $416, which comes out to more than we're offering. $70 million. I'll do a 70. I mean, I'm going to tag him again. This is the part where it's not... Is this money about to disappear? It does. I'm so confused. I guess it... I don't know. We saved enough money to do it. He's getting a lot on the tag, but this is the part where, you know, we're going to just keep tagging him forever no matter how unrealistic it is, because realistically, he would not be getting this much money. I don't care if he's won 5 Super Bowls in a row. Everyone with eyes knows that it's not just him at all. Like, he is elevating this team about average compared to across the league. The numbers haven't been insane at all. Hemingway does have his money factored in, so if we want to keep him, I'm pretty sure we could just bump it a little bit. Wilson, I think we can do better on. I think we can do better. He didn't really play well for us. Hemingway, I'd like to keep him because he was our best pass rusher. And we've already taken our tag out. So 1 year 32, no, he's gone. So we're about to lose Hemingway. We're losing Cross. Thibodeau is potentially gone. 1 year 24. I mean, Thibodeau wasn't even that good. So I'm not going to risk this team's financial future again for a player that wasn't even that great. May, I feel like I owe the guy. I do, but no, we're going to let him go. All right, going into the free agency, see if there's any cheap names maybe. Once again, nobody can afford anybody, so maybe there's a shot. Even losing all those players, we've only got $25 million after trying to pay Hemingway. Like, we lose Brian Branch, we lose Nick Cross, they lose Hemingway, and the game's like, nah, dude. I can't believe Becton's so high of an overall, though. But Thibodeau's gone too. No, you don't get to keep any of that money. Is that, like, glitched? Am I owed more money and he took the money with him somehow? Because we had, like, what, $16 million left after offering him 32? How the hell do we only have 25 now? And that's with rookie reserve. I don't know, but all I know is we've got a lot of holes on the team now. We keep saying it, but is this the year that the run ends? I don't know. We'll have to see. As far as the O-line, it's good for now. I'd still like to pick up 1 or 2 linemen a year just in case you get hit with a bunch of them. Obviously, receivers are great. Jeanty is regressing. He's now 29 years old. Not regressing crazy hard, but he has regressed 3 speed. He's already down to 89 speed. He is regressing for sure at 29, and he's the best running back in the league. And then defensively, we sort of need edge. We could get away with what we've got. Even at safety, we could. But I wouldn't hate an edge rusher. I wouldn't hate a DT. I wouldn't hate a safety. But at the same time, all those guys can just stay as starters if need be. Alrighty, as usual, pick 32, Callahan. Got another edge rusher, 1 or 2. We've got edge rushers on the team, though. So, at the end of the day, I'm not going to make a trade up for a guy that could just be completely wasted if they're normal dev. They're normal, there's no point. Callahan was right there, though, to be fair. Hooker, not a bad looking 3 to 4, so maybe that is a route we go. We need a safety. That's actually it. We need a safety. Junior long, automatic starters. 8 true. Hidden dev. Massive. I was about to say, because the strong safety we have now, he's a 77 overall normal. He's like 24 or something like that. So, kind of pushing it for being a starter. First offensive lineman in a while? Sounds good to me. Kamani Meadows. That's your guy. 6'5", 303. Could be about to say could be a future tackle with that dev. I don't know. Going to 32 in the third. Kind of just over the trade-ups. Can't really get many players with trade-ups. We have another lineman, though. Okay. Daniel Samuels. Interesting name. 43 true. Hidden dev. All right, better pick. We're going to get a little future-proofy in here with the Bears. Not even really future-proofing, but, getting an extra pick for the future, I guess. Draft over. Us having money over as well. 76 overall for the strong safety auto starter, Junior Long. Pretty damn good-looking player. Obviously, very athletic. Development trade. Hopefully, give me something like Superstar or Plus. And no, it's just been nothing but stars lately. Meadows, obviously, normal dev. Not a bad player, but again, normal dev is just a killer. And then Samuels or whatever, hidden or not. He's a backup for now. This has got to be it, right? There's no way we're doing 6. There's no way. The team looks pretty good still, though. It's a 92, just like last season's start, but this D-line is so bad. I mean, the edge rushers look like they have a combined age of 62 years old. There's no way. They're brothers. I didn't realize we even had brothers on this team, but yeah. We'll find out. The defense is so much worse than it used to be. It is 10 overalls lower than the O, but who knows? A lot of money. Still can't afford... we can't afford this quarterback, but he's asking for so much according to what, he's playing like. And we just can't do that. Bryce Green, the value is too good to pass on. He probably should have just taken over McCall's job at some point anyways. Left tackle replace. Cox is really cheap here. This is a full-on max out no matter how bad he's playing. Besh is for sure gone. Green is for sure gone. And you know what? Even though our team's already taken super big of a hit, so this is why it doesn't cost, we don't have that many players to re-sign. I'm living with everything here. 30 million left. I would like to try to keep all that if we can. To the playoffs, we are in them, but this is the first time in a while we have not gotten the bye week. 10-7 puts us as the 5th seed. The first year we haven't gotten the bye week. There's no point in showing you the win-loss because obviously, it's our worst season in a while. Grant, not the best. Jeanty, pretty good. Jeanty's been him, right? He's been great. I should have actually looked for Max Crosby's numbers, see where he kind of finished. Pass rush, not great either. Fox, that's not even the right Fox. Cox, 7.5. Whitaker, just nothing going there. Lawson, decent. Green, more kicks missed than ever. This has got to be the year where it's like, okay, yeah, GG for Super Bowl run, but I do real quick because I know I'll end up forgetting. I want to see if I can find Mr. Max Crosby across the league. What team did he join? The Bills, 231 sacks. Unbelievable. Ridiculous numbers. I don't know if that's most all-time because you might have Myles Garrett passing him in this one, but it's most all-time if you consider real life and no one else in this realm. Texans are 8-9, but they have the bye week, or not the bye week, the home game, I should say. Is this the final season of the Super Bowl? The run being over, or are we going to actually just potentially end this rebuild with an active Super Bowl win streak? There's no way this rebuild's not super, super long. All these playoff runs that we're actually going in and watching every time. I literally said it like 4 seasons ago. After the Super Bowl run is over, I would sim the games and maybe only go in for the Super Bowl. But we've just been on a run. We've been on a tear. And almost lost it there with a late push by the Texans. Damn, that was actually really close. Grant was awful. He was completely garbage. That is disappointing. His defense isn't really even that great either. So I'm going to need you to not throw those picks, please, buddy, as we're headed to the divisional round. And now we're taking on the Patriots, 13-4, 90 overall. We're better than them. We are better than them, but we haven't really been playing like it this season. End of the game. 7-0, 7-7. Still 7-7. 14-7. Huge drive, no finish. Second half start, really good touchdown. The Patriots up by 7. It's all tied up 21-all. We're driving down. We get nothing. Patriots will not score. It'll be overtime. We're up by 3, and I think the team held on. They did. Championship round. Wow. We're still alive. Unfreaking believable. Still alive. Yet. Going for 6 straight Super Bowls. The Chargers, I'm going to jinx it, but we have not struggled against this team at all in these playoffs. We have dominated them pretty much every single time. But again, I have probably jinxed it. We're going to absolutely run into some troubles here, just because I said it. 10-0, 10-3, 13-3. Big touchdown there. They get a touchdown, though. It's a 10-point game at half. This might be it. This might be it. I just had to say something. 2nd and 29, though. They're in a spot. Oh, my God. They almost got safety there. That would have been kind of crazy. Driving down, and 4th and 11. They go for it. They get 9. And this will be a loss. The run is over at 5 straight Super Bowl wins. Team had a chance and just struggled. The Chargers are moving on to the Super Bowl in place of us. The final season, of course, it's kind of cheating. They got Josh Allen. They basically swapped quarterbacks. They weren't getting it done there like here's a new QB. But, yeah, it ends at 5. Final season, we're going to be simming the playoffs if we even make them, as we've regressed pretty hard and barely snuck in this time. And the Chargers do win the Super Bowl. I mean, it would be pretty insane if they didn't, considering they took our spot after all those straight wins. DevOps does not appear any on offense. Defensively, none on defense. Maybe Lawson, perhaps? Lawson might have went up to Superstar. He did. Other than that, though, there's been basically no movement development trait-wise on the secondary or the defensive side of the ball. Just like at all. Can't remember if we took care of all of our contracts or not, other than the quarterback. We obviously have the 5th year from Culver. Knew we were losing the tackle and the wide receiver. Yeah, I mean, if we're keeping anybody, it's this quarterback who just will not take a contract. Appreciate the offer. Well, you're not. We're tagging you again. It's $76 million. It's a lot of money every year. But he's not even worth 70. I don't get it. I don't understand where this demand is coming from. The wins clearly don't mean anything. He just had a terrible season when, the defense fell apart. And even then, it's still the offensive fault because the defense did enough. They truly did. We have 20 mil with the reserves. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Joe Burrow, a couple of those types of guys in free agency. A lot of really good linemen still, but obviously we have no money to operate. So we are going to just be building through the draft again. All right, we're in the draft, and I don't actually have many high draft pick players, so I'm actually going to trade this down for a late second, try to gain some stuff. Final year, of course, there's no point in, kind of future-proofing. So we're just genuinely going to try to get as much as possible for this season with this trade down. Why are they giving us so much for this, by the way? I mean, I'll take advantage. I guess it's interdivisional, maybe. I'll take advantage of the Chargers here for this trade. I don't know what the hell they want. OQB, to be fair. To be fair, was a trade up for a quarterback, so it does make sense. If we felt like they were going to take, I always allude to it. I think it was them, right? It was the Patriots trading down with the Bears. Everyone in the world knew it was Justin Fields. In that case, I would be like, yeah, you're trading up for a QB. Give me the juice. I want it all, baby. We'll take a 4th-round pick with a high 3rd-round pick from the Titans. Who the hell is this tight end? I didn't obviously look at tight end. We don't need one yet. Oh, I mean, the value is too good not to grab 8 true talent. I think I'm going to take this guy. He looks insane to me. I didn't look at corners, but then I saw him at the top of the board, and I was like, wait a minute. 7 true talent. Hidden dev, mind you. Yeah, I mean, I don't need corner, but at the same time, I need great players, and that guy is one of those. He is a very good player. O-line, we can wait for a day 3 for one of the picks. Going to move up for Mitchell and/or Brackett here. I guess I'll go for both. Dolphins and Lions trade-up time. Just took a 4th round pick later on in the round to make that move. We're probably going to go to the Lions as well, like we talked about. We need at least 1 tackle, I suppose, so we're going to try to hit them all. Peter Mitchell's 46 true. Man, I've been really unlucky with these, like, taller freaking linemen. But I need them. I need them to be taller so I can put them at tackle. We trade all these picks to get up to the Lions pick now. We still keep pick 29 in the 3rd, which, I don't know, use that in the center, I guess. I just need Brackett to be hidden dev, and then everyone can be happy again. 31 true. Thankfully, we get a hidden dev. 29 in the 3rd will be a center, I suppose. Linebackers are gone. The center is, of course, not. He doesn't look amazing, but he's a 1 to 2 true talent. I'm going to trust it. 27 true is hidden dev. There you go. Then we end up taking, or about to take, a super speedy UDFA Desmond Booker. Could be a superstar type. 83 true. And he is. 99 speed, 99 XL with hidden, probably a superstar type. And the other fast wide receivers there, so why not? John Irvin, 96 true, normal dev. Also 99 speed and XL, but unfortunately not hidden development trait. And for the draft recap, we got some really good players here. Obviously, tight end Javier Knight looks great. Not that we'll be able to see it, but this is potentially your Brock Bowers replacement if you can't afford him or don't want to because he's too old. Start development trait, unfortunately, not going to be superstar plus. But looks great. Corner looks great, too. Ty Harvin, another guy that maybe you replace someone else with or move someone else to safety with as you have that backup depth. Star development trait as well, but hey, it's fine. Lineman, definitely don't care about the left guard. He's not even in dev. Brackett, since I got to move him to left tackle anyways, I might as well take a look at the dev while we're there. Very likely star, but you never know. And we do know. It was very likely star, as we expected. And then, as we expect, superstar for Booker, we'll take a look as well. I think he's our number 3, right? I believe he's already our number 3. Dev superstar, it is the final season. Grant's a 99 overall. Jeanty a 96. We ended up finding Hancock in free agency. Picked him up, put him at left tackle. He's 6'4", 321 pounds. Better overall than the rookie we're going to be starting. And then running back Jeanty. Still looks pretty good, but lost 3 speed, which is obviously a huge loss. Defensively, D-line, just the biggest problem on this team. DBs, especially corners, not bad. Linebackers, solid, but this team, 93 overall, it is barely hanging on. Another tough re-signing, potentially. I mean, he's literally locked in. He's just like 70 plus or else. Or else I'm not sticking around. I don't know what to do with that. What do I do with that? Culver, very expensive. This is another brand new large cap hit that we're going to start dealing with. Bowers, I would definitely do a 2-year on. 2-year 44. Okay, he takes it. That's 22 per. That's a lot of money in fairness. Lawson, definitely do a 1-year. 19 mil left. Oh, I didn't even realize Jeanty. Jeanty Powers Johnson. Not the worst outside of Jeanty, but, I mean, he is going to regress hard. You basically have him for 1 year after this anyways. I mean, well, we could just make it work with some restructures, I imagine. But, yeah, once again, we're really against it. But at the same time, outside of the quarterback, you lose the lineman. It's not the worst deal. And we're back on top, 13-4. All right, we got a bye week. Again, we're going to just be simming like normal for this one. And you know what? We might as well. We might as well watch it, dude. We literally watched every other playoff run. Why would we skip the final season? Just would be stupid. Try to do it to save time, and yet it'd be the final season. Wow, that really is helping the rebuild stay short, right? I hope this thing's not more than 2:30. It's gonna be 3 hours. I hope it's not. Yearly awards. Caleb Williams is Z MVP. Grant best quarterback. I don't know if that'll get him to X Factor or not, but the guy thinks he's literally the greatest of all time and wants like $75 million per year, which is ridiculous. We've got no money for that. We've got a lot of Super Bowls, though. I'll give them that. Steelers, 94 overall to their 85. Yeah, I mean, every other team is dramatically regressed. And you could say all you want about, oh, well, there's no way he'd play under that many tags. Well, the tags cost us $77 million a year. That's a lot of money. So the fact that we're making it out with $77 million a year is still pretty impressive. The fact that we've kept this team going as long as we can with no funny business, right? There's no, was there even any, edge rush maybe Thibodeau, I guess you can argue, is a little, not funny business, but lower value than he'd be worth. But he was a low overall, and he never even got past like a 90. So it was a risk that didn't even necessarily pay off. It just, he was an okay overall that we got a couple of Super Bowls on top of with. But of course, we do beat the Steelers in the divisional round 17-10. We are headed on to the championship round. Trying to win 6 Super Bowls out of 7 years. I mean, that's just kind of funny to even suggest, even think about. But it is potentially reality. We are in the championship round. 13-4 versus their 11-6. 5 overalls. How we faring? 7-0 Patriots with a really good start. We only scored 17 points last game, so it might not take much to take us out. 7-all. Defense is doing a pretty damn good job so far. Huge touchdown drive before halftime. 21-7 after halftime. 21-14. 21-17. Patriots have a chance here, and defense will hold on just long enough. 24-17. We're headed back to another Super Bowl. It's been a really, really good rebuild success-wise, and it is crazy how much schemes can kill you. Because, I mean, even though we've won all these Super Bowls, I mean, Grant's numbers have been very mediocre for the most part. For a guy that's this many Super Bowl championships in, this high of an overall, he should be killing it, dude. Once again, you'd be expecting like 45-5 or something, 45-10, 40-11, something around that. But most seasons, he's been not even cracking 40 touchdowns, and he's got more than double-digit picks almost every year. But I don't really care how we got here. I don't care who's carrying. We are in a Super Bowl again, this time against the Cardinals. It's been a tradition to look at the dev-ups, see if we have any dev-ups. Classic line. The classic, if you will. It looks different around here, no? Maybe it's just because Booker's not blue anymore and he's yellow. Got the superstar. Of course, Grant does not go Dev. Would have thought he would have went to X Factor. Didn't. And then defensively, we have no dev ups yet again. This is probably, ironically enough, another, well, I can't believe this is happening. Oh, no, McCall. McCall went to star, actually, finally. But yeah, I mean, we have had almost no devs on the defensive side of the ball. This is kind of a record as well. Just lack of dev ups, and they're almost all-star development traits, so there is a lot of room to develop. Either way, final game of this 10-year rebuild. Super Bowl versus the Cardinals. We have them beat by 6 overalls. Could those 6 overalls lead to 6 Super Bowls? End of the game, the Cardinals, I don't even know who the hell their quarterback is, because obviously Kyler Murray's long gone. He retired for us, weirdly enough. 3-0. Halftime 10-0. Defense is holding on tightly. Really tightly, as this offense does not want to put them away. That could do it. 10-point game, 3-point game. This is going to result in the Cardinals getting the lead. They're wasting the clock as if, they're the ones leading. I don't love it. 49 seconds left. Need just a simple field goal. You don't need much. You need a field goal. Bowers, that could set up a lot of yards. Look at the speed of Bowers all the way to the 40. I mean, you literally need like almost nothing. 10-some yards, so 10-ish yards. Bowers way out there. It's kind of crazy. Jeanty, don't love that throw, but we really had no choice. They're called timeouts because they know we're in field goal range. Crazy work. With that yard line, I mean, I argue just like, okay, let them waste the clock. You're not going to get the stop anyways. Now they're just giving us even more free plays to work our way into the end zone. But yeah, realistically, from the 34-yard line, clock's running, I would just, oh, look at this. Huge run. I didn't even want the whole thing, so I just kind of kept it in bounds. They're being very sneaky here, by the way, though. Like, they are being very sneaky. See what I mean? Like, they're trying to get us to waste all that clock. I mean, the game's going to kick a field goal. If they miss it, they miss it. They don't, they don't. And they do hit it. We win 6 Super Bowls in 10 years. That's a hell of a track record. More than 50%. And that is with the Buccaneers starting this thing out insanely hot themselves with 2 straight Super Bowl wins. And you know what? We're going to let this one run out. We're going to show you for the final time, the Super Bowl celebration is, well, we had a lot of them. This is the last one. I'm a little glad that we lost last year, didn't win a Super Bowl, because it would be kind of a bummer to end on an active win streak. You know what I mean? Well, this is an active win streak, but a long-term record-breaking active win streak. restarting that win streak. You know, we're never going to get 5 in a row again. It's impossible. But yeah, if we would have won, 7 straight, I'd be like, oh my God, I got to keep going until we don't, win again. But a little bit of a buffer because of that loss allows us to happily cement ourselves as a 5 straight time Super Bowl winning team. Got that one right there, 6 out of 7 years. Ridiculous run. Unbeatable. Unbeatable. Once again, 3 is likely unbeatable, but 5, that is astronomically unbeatable. And there you have it. I mean, in this one, it's almost like, do I even want to show the overalls? Because a lot of these guys have regressed, I suppose. We'll look at Grant, 99 overall across the board. Play action's lacking a little bit. Obviously, speed's lacking. You can't really do much about that, but pretty damn good-looking quarterback to me. Pretty much 99 everything. Culver, that's Watkins, actually, but at 30, 31 years old, not bad. Right, regression's not terrible. Of course, Jeanty we already looked at, and he's regressed anyway, so who cares? But Culver, 93 overall, super young. Long-term guy, looks great. That's your wide receiver 1 for almost another decade. O-line, I guess we'll look at Powers Johnson. He's still here. 30 years old, about to be 31. Will be gone, but, return as one of the best guards ever, just based on Super Bowl wins alone. Bowers, 99 overall. We'll take a look at the stats after this. Don't you worry about it. What a guy. What a guy. And you know what? Because this is sort of a main Jeanty type of situation, I will look at his actual, awards as well. Did he have a single season under 1,000 yards? He did not. What a freaking career. And he's still got a couple years left in him, but 8 Pro Bowls, 5 league rushing titles, an Offensive Player of the Year win, and 5 best running backs. And apparently went undrafted. What a story for an undrafted guy. Defensively, do we care about anyone here? I guess maybe. Maybe you care about Nate Fox. Still going strong, high level, long-term guy. I'm really surprised we kept the linebackers as long as we did. There's a lot of guys here that are kind of on the older side, Spearman and Fox specifically. I mean, there's some age here. There's, some elderly men here. Pretty impressive to actually keep, once again, these linebackers intact. Usually after they need one contract, we're done. We're out of there. But we actually kept all these guys to at least a second contract minimum, which is more than we could say about most. Lawson, why not? That D-line I do not care about, I'll be real with you. Lawson, though, great man. Press man corner. Zone's not even that bad, to be fair. But yeah, that D-line I don't care about. I just don't. Yes, I'll look at McCall, but other than that, that's pretty much that for actually looking at the player ratings. Let's take a look at the actual stats now. See what kind of numbers we're looking at. Obviously, Max Crosby would have retired by now, I'd imagine. That's the schedule. Excuse me. Let's take a look at the actual stats. Of course, Grant's still not very young, but young enough in his career. 29,000 yards, 239 touchdowns, 53 picks. Look at him in Fields. The difference is insane. Completion percentage, insane. Yards, average, passer rate, and all of that is insanely different. Jeanty, though, 14,000 yards. Got probably another at least 2 years left in him as a truly elite player. Elite, anyways. Should get to 16,000 with ease. 132 touchdowns and a whopping 5 yards per carry. 430 broken tackles. Almost 2,000 after contact. A 96-yard run as is long. Bowers, 8,800 yards, 63 touchdowns. What a career so far. Culver, not bad as a, early starter. You mean compare him to Watkins. It's actually night and day. Crazy. Another 2,000 yards with 21 touchdowns. Jeanty blocks or sacks given. 26 for Powers. Johnson. Any crazy numbers for the sacks? Obviously, a lot of these guys are gone already. See if we can find Max. I doubt it. I think he's retired, but you never know. That's picks. And he is still here. 247.5. I don't think we simmed, though, so he could be gone as soon as, right here. Let's actually see if he is, which, I don't know. Hello? Thank you. Thank you for, listening to me. It means a lot. Glad to have your support. Let's take a look. Did he retire? I mean, I would have thought he would have been shown here if he did. Bills, and he does. So, almost 450 sacks total. Is that all time? Let's see. That might be all time. Career, number 1 sacks all time, Mr. Max Crosby. And then Jeanty, not too far off the most rushing yards. Or touchdowns, I think. So, actually, I think touchdowns might be a little behind. That's not his career. Either way, really good one. Obviously, maybe the best 10-year rebuild we've ever done. If you guys do want to see more, the best way to know for sure for me is leaving a like. You know, if I see a lot of, support on the video, and then I'm like, oh, well, okay, you guys do want to see that. Let me know what you would like to see next, which team, maybe a special challenge rebuild. It'd probably be a little more fun if we did like a 0 overall 10-year rebuild. That could be a thing. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. If you guys, once again, did enjoy, leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I appreciate continued support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeanty, second channel, PK Plays or not Madden content. And that is basically it. Thanks for watching. I'll come back for next video, but until next video, see ya. And as always, shout out to the members of the channel, especially brand new member. Hopefully I'm not butchering this. Taras Kashkin. I appreciate you a ton for joining the members squad. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section below or, wherever. And yeah, appreciate you. Appreciate all your members. If you're not a member and you're thinking about becoming one, click the join button next to the subscribe button. All the details will be in there. We, of course, did a members only gauntlet video recently enough. And then on the 15th, we'll have a members only rebuild as well. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be that. Remember, I appreciate y'all for watching and